Are we actually live, though?
On the YouTubes, probably not.
Oh, God, I can hit this button. Come on.
It's starting.
I think we're live. Yeah.
It's starting.
I don't see anything, though, so.
Sorry. You are live. It says it right there.
Oh, wait.
Top of the thing.
I think we got it.
I don't know, maybe. Check your backup.
Yeah. Technical difficulties and such. Yeah, I don't see anything just yet. So I think this is also a delay. So we gotta figure that out. Yep, we got it. We're on. Okay. Ah, thank God.
What are we doing?
We're gonna start talking in a minute. So.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do my Batman.
Yeah. Right.
Yep, we got it. We're on. Okay. Oh, thank God.
That's gonna feel weird me hearing myself.
I'm gonna get rid of that soon.
Good.
So.
Thank you.
Move this up here so I can see it.
For the chat we'll have.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it on Facebook real fast.
Dun 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 dun.
I know, it's fine. All right, and then we'll get talking in a sec.
In a sec.
Yeah, it's fine.
Kind of.
We're we're professional.
This is
so.
better than most other things.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Not bad for figuring it out. Like I don't know, an hour ago.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, let's test this out. Make sure we're still good. Yeah. Okay.
Dun dun dun.
All right. Anyway, we'll get started. Hello, welcome to Research and Destroy, a show where we talk about one topic ad nauseum. I'm your host, Bill Carriola, and today is a special live event because we're going to be going through the 10 years of the DC animated movies, bracket style, and trying to decide which one is the best one. My guest here today is the assistant manager at Showcase Comics over in Swarthmore. It's Kevin McGoldrick. Kevin, say hello to the internet.
Hello, internet.
All right. So anyway, so on our Twitter, I put out a bracket for all the movies, so you can check that out there if you want to play along. If not, we're just going to go over it. So the idea is we're going to go through each of these rounds, one by one. We'll pick which one's the best, and then we'll go on until we decide the winner. We'll go over each of the rounds individually a little bit in depth, and sure in the later rounds we're going to be going into it. So anyway, what do you say we start?
Sure.
We start at the top.
Round one.
Yeah. Where can we get the Ken Watanabe? Let them fight. That'd be pretty sweet.
Put it in post.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, but we don't have post. We also don't
That's
have.
the problem with live.
Yes, it is. So anyway, all right. So round one, we have Justice League, the Flashpoint Paradox, as the number one seed, and the bottom last seed is Batman: The Killing Joke.
We are starting off strong.
We are, that's one way to put it. Oh, you know what? Before I start this, because somebody did ask how I seeded all this.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, which is, all right. So what I did was,
Math.
well, yeah. So I went through Rotten Tomatoes, took the audience score, the critic score, combined them, and got my average number. Now, if it
That's
was
going to be readily apparent in this first matchup.
well, also, if one wasn't available, if it only had one, I took the IMDb rating.
Okay. That's fair.
And
Gotta
so
get the
I,
numbers from somewhere.
yeah. So I aggregated my average, and then I seeded them out. In the event of a tie, I looked up which one made more money. It got a higher seed. So it's critical, and it's
that is fair.
Yeah, that's about the fairest way I could pull all this off. So anyway, so that's all the science that went into that. So anyway, Flashpoint Paradox, Batman Killing Joke.
Ooh. Wow.
Let's talk about that goddamn trash fire.
It's pretty easy when you think about, like, it's on paper.
Yeah.
Without seeing either movie, you're like, wow, obviously Killing Joke is going to be.
You know what's funny? Like,
it's going to knock the crap out of Flashpoint.
2 years.
Flashpoint's good. Flashpoint's
yeah,
good,
2 years
series.
ago, this would have been a hard match.
Yep.
Seeing the end result, it is not a hard match. Because, hey, they messed that up so bad.
Yes.
Oh, God. It was not a good idea.
Like,
well, no, here's the thing. Like, and this is just me. It's not a bad idea to try to expand the story and add more into the Barbara Gordon.
No,
that was the right way to go. But that is a masterclass on how you do things poorly.
No, they did it wrong.
They completely did it wrong. Oh my god!
Like if they were trying to tie it into like say the extended DC animated series stuff with like Batman Beyond, how like Batman had a relationship with Barbara Gordon, and they don't really talk about it that much.
Yeah,
I would understand that, but they didn't really do that.
No, they didn't. And I know like they actually based that story off of the last Batgirl story before the Killing Joke. And it was like some kind of Batman annual story, and I can't remember.
No one remembers it because it's
obviously
not Killing Joke.
Yeah, well, not only that, I mean, if they based it off that story like whole cloth, you could tell that is a dated story.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, you can Killing Joke by itself. With a Killing Joke could eat up all of our time.
Oh yeah.
But it was meant to be just a story. It was before Elseworlds was a thing.
Right.
It was just a Batman story. It didn't necessarily want to be like her getting shot and all this other kind of stuff. It was not meant to be canon.
Right.
And then they just said we're going to make this canon.
Yeah.
But
I guess the story proved popular. They adapted it,
right.
And Oracle became a great character in her own right, and was sort of a role model for disabled people.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Oracle was great when they finally
they made the best out of a dumb situation.
Yes.
Yeah, they really did. But they did not make a good movie, and they really pulled out all the stops. I mean, and you know what the worst part?
If you just skip the first 14 minutes or whatever it is.
If you just skip right to where they show up
where
at the
the
carnival,
Killing Joke actually starts,
then it's okay. I mean, it's still.
It's still fine.
It's still fine. It's still problematic. Yeah,
I think it would rank higher on this, obviously.
Yeah.
But that prologue edition ruined the rest of it.
It felt so disjointed and so messy. And you know what? Not for nothing, I do not want to see Batman having sex with Batgirl. That's a problem.
This has probably come up a couple times.
Yeah.
I have a personal feeling of you don't need to make it more adult. Killing
Joke
is an adult story. Like kids should not read it, or watch this. But
well, we don't have to worry about that.
go to the store. It's mixed in with the kid movies. But you didn't need to put that much more extra stuff in it just for.
But if you were gonna put it in there, you should have did it right. And
yes.
Making her an emotional mess, incompetent, was not the way to do it.
No. Much stronger than that. Okay, let's talk about the good one.
Yeah, let's talk about Flashpoint Paradox because hey Ashley, I just saw the chat. So all right, well there we go. We got people watching. So So anyway, I mean this is the layup for Flashpoint Paradox because this movie's garbage.
This is the easy one.
This really is.
To be fair, Flashpoint Paradox is actually good. It's actually a good, entertaining, nice watch. It's a good adaptation of the source material.
You can, and the nice thing is, like, I show that movie to people that aren't too familiar with a lot of it, and they still enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, even if you remove the superhero element, it's a great science fiction story.
Yes.
It really, truly is.
Yeah,
and they do a great job of hiding the reveal of the Flash was the problem.
Yes.
I thought there was one thing from the comic I wish would have translated over, is where they're talking at the towards the end with Batman and the Flash, and where Batman would say, like, I'm not mad. I mean, I probably would have. I thought about it. Like, I probably would have done it too. So, it's an understandable reason of why he does it.
Is a very good Batman.
Yeah.
He's what a lot of people wanted to see.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, for this being a Justice League Flashpoint, it's really a Flashpoint.
It's
Flash and Batman. It's a Flash and Batman story.
Basically, yeah.
But overall, it's very good.
Yeah,
and
you know what?
Transition from in the comics, it was originally
that was the new 52. Yeah, and you see that in the movies. That's where we get the new
nice.
Jason Amara and all those guys. They come in for Justice League War.
I think it all works.
It's a nice springboard too. Like, we're going to redesign this and it's going to go forward. And I will say that the nice thing about the end was Batman getting the letter from his dad.
Yeah.
It's because Batman never gets good endings.
It's emotional. Yeah.
He never gets a good end. It never ends well for him ever. So that was cut. So anyway, we're just writing that.
And
so Flashpoint.
Because sorry, Killing Joke.
You're garbage.
Had a shot, but you did not go out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark Hamill.
What a waste. Him and Conroy and Tara Strong all wasted. All right. So next round. This is going to be a good one. Justice League Crisis on Two Earths.
And Son of Batman.
So
we get the Court of Owls story versus the James Woods movie.
You know why? And I hate this because James Woods is now crazy and awful. But
he's a really good Alman.
he was so good. And Mark Harmon was a good choice for
Mark
Superman.
Harmon is like.
Now I know, and this is like I think this is the last Dwayne McDuffie one we got before he died, if I remember correctly.
I
might have to double check that.
I know. Well, Crisis on Two Earths was meant to be the transition between the Justice League animated series
and the
Justice League
JLU,
Unlimited series. You can see it in there.
Oh, you totally
when he expands some of the other people.
Especially at the end, like, oh, we're doing a recruitment drive, and here's some other places. Yeah.
Like, and I think it works. Like, it really works as a bridge. And like they even did like the Crime Syndicate pretty well. Like,
yeah.
Like,
or even just the second tier like characters in the alternate Earth, like seeing all the it was like Vibe, like Gypsy, all those guys. They were all done really well. Superwoman was pretty much the baddest ass of them all.
Well,
she
should be like
so brutal.
She's just usually angry. She's not crazy like Ultraman.
And you know what? Kudos for giving Ultraman the almost mafia-esque tone and cadence.
Which is
like,
good.
It fit. It was perfect. Yeah.
It's the Crime Syndicate.
I really love when the good Lex Luthor shows up and he turns himself in, and he's just like, or I'll blow up the world. I don't know. Is that good? I don't know. Like you get me the Justice League. I need to talk to them. So
Son of Batman.
Which was the Court of Owls storyline.
It's trying to be Court of Owls.
It is, and it's
wait,
fine. That was Batman versus Robin, right? That was the Court of Owls.
Yeah, that's Talon.
Yeah, the son of Batman was introducing of Damian Wayne, which was really good.
Which is Talia, which is not Court of Owls technically, but it brings Damian in.
It does bring Damian in. Brings Deathstroke as the main villain.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, which was really good. Yeah,
I'm gonna start checking.
I know because there's so many. They all, but
I watched this.
I love the showdown with Nightwing and Robin.
Makes sense. They're a good matchup.
But then you cut away, and then you cut back. Nightwing is chopped up, and he's just like, "Yeah, I found a friend here."
Yep.
And what an entitled little prick Damian is.
And it's good.
It's exactly what he should be.
If that's what he should be. And this is the start of, this is the new Robin, and this is the Robin we're pretty much.
And this is the status quo. Batman's got a son. Movies. We're gonna move forward.
Yeah.
And they got a lot of mileage out of that kid.
He's one of the few new characters they introduced. And they stuck around, and they've done some actually good characterization with.
So between the two of them,
I would go with Two Earths, just because I like that story a lot better.
I'm kind of with you on that one, yeah.
Like some of the Batman stuff, and this is going to sound bad, seems too Batman. Like I love Batman, but
I do too. But the idea like this would be like the best
DC
DC movie overall.
Yeah.
And this one, like, as much as I do enjoy it,
there'll be other
Two
good
Earths.
Batman ones.
Oh yeah, no. There's a better Batman one in the later rounds. But the Two Earths, it feels like the DC universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
It feels like they were trying to do it.
So
we got
Two Earths.
Oh no, that's gonna be a good one.
Oh god. Parallel Earth versus parallel timeline or whatever.
So what's up next?
Super Limited, Dark Knight Returns, Massive Fantastic Batman, Sub-Zero, and Killing Joke is Black. That's Ashley. Hi, say hi, Ashley. Say hi, to my friend. Hi. Yeah. No, that's a valid point. I'm not going to be really typing much. I apologize, but one or two of those will be coming up, so don't worry.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. No. I think Killing Joke is definitely. Yeah, it is. But it did.
I like it though.
Oh yeah, no, that was a really good one.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like Mr. Freeze.
They really slam dunked Mr. Freeze. Anyway, so here's gonna be a fun one. All right, the number 8 seed.
Okay.
Is that right? Am I reading that right? Yeah. So it's the number 8 seed, Batman: Assault on Arkham.
The Suicide Squad movie.
The Suicide Squad movie versus the number 25 seed, Batman: Superman: Apocalypse.
That is the Supergirl story.
That's the Supergirl story where they bring in Apocalypse or
the
Darkseid, which was Andre Bauer was an interesting choice to voice him, the captain from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I don't watch that show, but
that's a great show. You should really anyway. But
it's good. It's the second story arc from the Superman Batman comic.
Yeah.
Which follows.
This was the sequel to Public Enemies, right?
Yeah.
Which
was first, and
which
then
was really good. Yeah.
There was this one.
Yeah.
This actually brought the modern, the pre-New 52, the modern Supergirl back into the DC universe.
Yeah.
They did a good job with this.
Yeah, yeah, that was
with all the training and stuff.
It was fine. Although I gotta give like as much as like the movie was, I like Public Enemies more. I think it's Public Enemies is a better story.
Yes. I like
But-
the design because I actually tried to design it.
Yeah, I do
We'll
like the
talk about
design.
it.
Yeah, but and there's also the what do they call it? The amalgam Batman Superman robot, which was
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
sweet.
yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, but that's
The
for
new
that.
toy man made.
The Themyscira battle in this scene
Yes.
is that makes
Yeah,
that
had-
rescues this whole thing from being kind of like largely forgettable.
Hey, DC gets saved by Themyscira. battles
They
a lot,
usually
apparently.
do. But Batman Assault on Arkham, which
It was better than it had any right to be.
it really is. You know what?
It shouldn't be a Batman movie.
I
because
actually
it's
burned a
not
copy
really
of this
a
to give to a friend of mine. I was like, "This is basically giving you the idea what Suicide Squad should
It's-
be.
it's
This is
Suicide
what
Squad.
Suicide Squad
They
should
did a
have
better
been."
job with this than they did, I think, the Suicide Squad movie because more
Totally.
of the squad in this dies
Yes.
than in the movie.
Well,
Suicide
yeah.
Squad. Like a good portion of
Well,
it.
not only that, the reason they're doing it makes sense.
Yes.
The reason why they're using them makes sense.
Yes.
Everything makes sense.
Yes.
And it's nice that actually acts as a prequel to the Arkham game, the Arkham Asylum
Yes.
game.
Yep.
So this
Yeah,
takes
came
so
out-
it's the Arkhamverse version
Which
of these
is fine.
characters.
Like I think
Yeah.
they did a good job with that.
And again, Neil McDonough as Deadshot was
Yes.
a great choice.
Well, Neil
And-
McDonough, usually
And
in
the fact
any
that they
role is
got
pretty good.
CCH Pounder back to do Amanda Waller,
Yes.
which is always welcome because that is just probably
She
the best
is Amanda
incarnation.
Waller. Yeah.
But just the first introduction when they get them all together and they're like, "All right, this is what it is. I got a bomb in your neck. Maybe don't run."
Right.
And then I think it was KGB. Was it KGB's the first person they kill off?
I
Where he's
think
like,
so.
"I don't believe you." He's like, "Well, there's the door, big man. Why don't you give it a shot?" They just popped his head off. I was like, "All right, so we're gonna go do this
And
now."
then,
So-
like, by the end of it, most of them, like, I think there's, like, 6 of them or
Yeah.
something. At least 3 of them die.
And it's funny because it's called Batman, and he's barely,
barely
in
in
it,
it.
but he's used correctly.
Yes, they do a good job with it.
Yeah, no, they totally do.
It's like Batman's defined by his villains, and all of a sudden it's...
Yeah,
Here's
and
the
I like the
movie's
idea.
villain.
Yeah, and I love the introduction montages for all of them too. Like they're quick. You get the idea of who these guys are, and then they go right through it. Done much better again than the movie. This really just should have been the Suicide Squad.
It
movie.
should have been the
They
Suicide
really
Squad
just should
movie.
have
They should've just said, "Hey,
they
let's
should
make
have
this
said,
live
do this,
action."
play this out in front of me,
Yes.
and then we're done,
Make
and
this
then we're
live
good.
action, we would have been fine.
Now between the two of them,
I'm going to go with Arkham Asylum.
yeah, Arkham's better, definitely. I don't think that's a question. So, all right, the next one. Oh,
Ooh, year 1.
oh,
no.
okay, here we go. The number 9 seed Batman Year One versus the number 24 seed Justice League versus Teen Titans.
Okay. Truth be told,
Yeah.
full disclosure,
Yeah,
I
no,
just
no.
watched Justice League Teen Titans Tuesday,
Okay,
which was 4 days ago.
so that one's a little fresh.
That's a little more fresh than
Yeah.
year 1. Year 1, I know a little bit better only because I know the story.
Everybody kind of knows the story at this point, yeah.
Okay, so which one you want to talk about first?
So Year One, let's go through that one.
Okay. Year 1 is a Gordon story.
It really is, and they were correct in hiring Bryan Cranston
Yes, Bryan Cranston is a
for Gordon.
fantastic Jim
He
Gordon.
really is.
I still have the one scene play out in my head where he like takes
and,
out the other corrupt cops or something with like a baseball
it's
bat.
so good. Just every decision for that part was correct.
Yes.
the way they introduced it,
Yep.
just his just how he is, and even though it's called Batman, it's completely the Jim Gordon story.
Yeah, it's Lieutenant Jim Gordon before I'm commissioner.
Yeah. And what's the name? I can't remember the name of the guy. The guy's on Gotham, the main lead, who does the voice of Batman in this. Who is okay.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's just
forget,
okay.
I forget most of the voice actors in this. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
gonna
that's
talk about
I'll
that.
more than likely got you covered on that
Okay,
one. So,
good, because-
my memory on this is pretty.
For the most part,
pretty
most
scary.
of the voice actors in all of these movies are good because
Yeah,
the people
Andrea
they hire-
Romano knows what she's goddamn doing.
Yeah, then the later ones when Romano's not doing them anymore, they still get good people for it.
Yeah, they really do. Well, I mean, she pretty much wrote the winning playbook on how to do
Yes,
this. So.
yes, she's
Um,
phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, even if you cut out the Batman parts, it's still a good story.
It's still good.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mhm.
I know it's...
And the art design and everything like that is very good in it too.
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of what the actual original comic book art was like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they really did a good job on this. Yeah, they really did. Yeah.
It's very stylized.
Yeah, no, it totally is.
So
JLA
Justice League
Teen
Teen
Titans.
This is one more fresher for me.
Yeah.
I liked it. Like, I think it's a good movie.
It's just okay though.
But it's just okay. Like,
Yeah.
they introduce like who the Teen Titans are in this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not a classic Teen Titans lineup.
I'm trying to remember. This is the one where they fight Trigon at the end,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but he's controlled the Justice League, and that's
He's controlled
that's
the
the
Justice
impetus to set up the fight.
That's why it's Teen Titans versus Justice League. Trigon's
Although once again, I love Batman has a contingency. He's already ready.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, we're getting attacked. Forget it.
Batman's like, oh crap.
Yeah.
But it's Starfire is the leader. And then they have like Blue Beetle, Beast Boy.
And it's the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle.
It's the Jaime Reyes
Yeah.
Blue Beetle, yeah, because you can't have Ted Core, he's too old.
Yeah.
But Jaime Reyes, Beast Boy, Robin joins with this.
Yes.
Like, it starts with,
And then Cyborg ends up joining them as well.
this is a sequel to
towards
one of the
end.
other Batman movies where Robin ends going to the Himalayas. It starts with him in the Himalayas, and he's like, okay.
That was Batman vs. Robin, I believe.
That's Batman vs.
Yes, after the Court of Owls.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah.
But this one's like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go do this now. I think that's what's wrong with this. But
Yeah.
whatever, he does something where he needs to go learn a lesson and learn teamwork. Because
It was just similar. They did that in the books too. He went through
Yeah.
this whole penance arc.
He's currently in the current Teen Titans.
Well, yeah,
He's
that makes
It's
sense.
kind of his team. At least he wants to believe it's his team.
Yeah, that's. yeah, 'cause-
Raven. I
yeah.
forgot Raven. Raven's on the team too.
Oh right, yeah.
But
But Starfire's not there, right?
Starfire is. She's the
Oh
leader.
right, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's the other one. It's
And
the
there's-
Judas contract where they deal with her
And there's the
instruction.
tease of Cyborg's on the Justice League, but he's one of the few that doesn't really get taken out, and he winds up like helping the Teen Titans out. So it's like a classic Teen
Yeah,
Titans kind of.
and he likes not being the youngest person in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was a
like
good time
it's a really cool little gag at the end where he shows up and
with
like,
the pizzas.
With the pizzas. I was
So
like, oh, that's funny. Oh, okay, he wants to hang out with the kids who.
So between the
who
two,
are like not stuck up. Between the two, year one.
yeah. I mean, I hate to have the
I'd-
next one just be a
I'd say
straight
year
up
one.
Batman. It's just you know what? It's a better story.
It's better. You can watch that by itself and be happy. Justice League versus Teen Titans is very good in a if you're watching
Episodic
all of these movies,
sense.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're watching all of
I
these
see what
movies,
you're
it's
saying,
a good next thing to read.
Yeah,
or
okay.
watch, whatever.
All right, so year one takes it. That'll be fun later. All right.
All right, so now it's Batman versus Robin.
Batman versus Robin.
versus Dracula.
Yeah, so
Batman's
Batman
gonna
versus
win this
Dracula. So that was a bit of a
Okay.
cheat because I
one.
needed to fill out 32.
This is the cheat one.
Yeah.
Okay, Batman
So what do we
versus
got?
Robin
Yeah,
is
let's
the
go into that
official,
one first.
Animated universe kind of thing.
So this is the sequel to Son of Batman.
This is sequel to Son of Batman.
This sets up the Court of Owls.
Yes,
Where we have
introduces
a.
Talon and stuff like that. It's not a direct comparison to Word of Owls,
But
but
they've lifted
they're
holes.
in there.
Yeah.
But they try to use it a bit, and this is an original story basically, with some references.
Right.
Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to rewatch this one since I first had it, and when I tried to
Yeah,
first
you know,
watch it,
like,
I kind
it
of
was-
fell asleep during it.
Yeah, it really, for being an hour and maybe 20 minutes, it feels
It
longer.
drags.
It really does.
Yeah.
So then we'll come back to that one. Let's go over. So the cheat here, because I needed an extra one, and I felt like if I'd have put,
we needed an extra 3.
We-
But this is the one.
well, the
that-
extra 2 were fine because
the
they were
2
still
fine.
yeah.
2 were
This
fine.
was the one.
This is the one where we needed to fill something out, and it's like, do we use Batman Mask of the Phantasm? No,
because that'll win everything. So it really will. It's not even, and plus it takes. That one was like
That's a
almost a
94
full
movie.
decade and a half ahead of all this.
And it was theatrical release.
So this one was at least somewhat in the time frame.
Yeah.
So
This is a little bit earlier, I think.
2005, 2006-ish. So it's maybe a year or
Yeah,
two
it's
ahead.
a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And it came out, I think, around when Batman Begins. Or
There was the
whatever.
idea, yeah.
But it's
Well,
good.
Yeah, no, it was maybe a year after. All right, so Batman versus Dracula. Yeah.
Right.
And I can kind of remember this. So basically, Dracula shows up in Gotham.
Yeah. Classic.
Amazingly voiced by Peter Stormare, which is so great. It really is. Now,
This
that's
is when you called me like, I need a movie to fill this out. And I'm
Yeah,
just
I think like Batman versus Dracula?
There's this one.
if we'd have waited another
it's not-
like a few weeks, we would have had the Scooby Doo movie, and I would have easily put this in here.
I would have seen the Scooby Doo movie.
I know, but it's anyway. So the idea is like,
2005 is when it came out.
yeah, all right, I was right. 2005. All right, nothing's wrong with my brain apparently. So that's fun.
Premiered on Cartoon Network.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, it's based on a show that when I set it aside when it was first coming out
Yeah.
because I didn't want. It wasn't my Batman. It's like not my Batman. I was angry because I liked the Batman animated series stuff.
And the Justice League
and the
was
Justice
still
League
going.
still felt that
yeah.
kind of stuff. So they introduced this new Batman with like like Rastafarian Joker, whatever he was.
Yeah, like once I will agree that the
And I was
character
like-
design or
and-
Marilyn Manson Riddler.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
these are weird. And then I actually bought the first season of the show and watched it. And I was like, wait, this is actually pretty good. They actually do a good job.
Yeah, they really did. Yeah,
Like
I gotta
Joker
admit.
works.
He's still the part that's
He's
the weakest for me.
He's
but
awkward
yeah,
for some people, but I like it because he's still goofy. Like he still
Yeah.
acts like a Joker for me.
the
There's
Riddler
difference.
works for me.
Riddler works. too.
Riddler,
especially the
Robert
one,
England. I mean, come
and
on,
the
that's
one
a
episode where
Dreamcast
it's
right
like
there.
Riddler versus Joker versus Penguin. They're all like trying to fight, whatever. It's
Yeah.
it's a decent series. I would say go watch it.
Yeah, no, it's worth
if
it.
you can.
Artifacts is a great episode. Or
Clayface
Strange New
stuff.
World. The Strange New World is incredible.
Which one's Strange New World?
The zombies.
Oh, the zombie was. That
That's
was really good.
bar none. That's the and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
even like for season 5 where they do the Brave and the Bold season.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're off topic because we're talking
But
about the show, not this movie.
The Dracula stuff. It works.
It does, of course, because he would figure out the cure for vampirism because he's Batman, and
he's
he
Batman.
does that. Yeah,
and it's a story where it's made to be a movie. It's not.
It is,
It's not
yeah.
3 episodes put together. It was designed to be a movie by itself.
yeah. Although my one gripe is it takes the world's greatest detective and in a sad amount of time to figure out that Alucard is Dracula backwards.
Yes.
To the point where he
Monster
has
Squad
to
figured that out in like 3
write it
seconds.
down
Yeah.
and then put it in a mirror. And I'm like, you would probably figure that out already, but whatever. But there's also a lot of like because they introduced Vicky Vale. This is the only
Yes.
time they introduce her. And they
Which
bring her in
sucks
in
because
this.
I like her in the first 10 minutes
I
of
know.
that movie.
But honestly, it is. I like the idea of Penguin being the Renfield of the story.
Yeah.
because that makes
It
complete
works
sense.
because you're using in character like,
Yeah.
stuff for the stuff, and that works for Penguin because Penguin's kind of a like weaselly little dude in that.
Yeah.
He was
Tom Kenny.
Tom Kenny. Nothing bad with SpongeBob doing it.
Nope.
Um,
So between Batman versus Robin and Batman versus Dracula, the versus matchup.
the versus matchup. I can remember Batman vs. Dracula a little bit more than
Yeah.
Batman vs. Robin, but Batman vs. Robin fits the actual DC universe stuff. I think.
Okay.
So this is probably one of the tougher matchups for
Yeah,
me.
oddly enough, this is actually. I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a little trouble with this one. So
Like I've revisited Batman vs. Dracula multiple times, usually around Halloween and stuff.
yeah.
But when it comes to Batman, like a full rewatch of all this stuff, I probably may appreciate Batman vs. Robin a little bit more just because of the continuity
Yeah.
through all of the different movies. Because they're basically movies that, if you put them all together, would really make like a good like series kind of a thing. So I don't know. This is a coin flip, honestly, for me. I may want to edge it out just for Batman vs. Robin, just so it's more of the actual official DC universe.
I know, but you know what?
stuff.
I honestly.
We found our stump. This is what we
Yeah,
found.
here's the thing. I've gone back to Batman vs. Dracula more than I have to Batman vs. Robin.
Yeah, me too.
I actually enjoy that more than that. I'm gonna give it to Batman vs. Dracula. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Drac wins.
All
Drac
right,
wins
not
that one.
yeah, Dracula. Okay,
Uh-oh.
this is actually going to be this is
I
the
like
hardest
this
one
one.
for me. So the number 13 seed, Superman versus the Elite,
Not bad, based on a single issue story.
versus the number 20 seed, Justice League Dark.
Ooh. Justice League Dark is one of my favorite ones from the,
You know,
the later years.
I like Justice League Dark. Justice League
Yes.
Dark is really good. Here's my main gripe with Justice League Dark. We start off the cold open for DC animated movie is really kind of upsetting and almost grotesque. Like it's people thinking they're seeing demons.
Yes. And it's
killing
the Justice League
people.
getting their butt whooped.
Yeah, because they're not equipped to
We
handle
don't know
with
how
a
to-
mystic threat.
But we're Superman. I could deal with this. It's like,
Yeah,
man, it's
no, you
magic. You
can't.
ain't got nothing.
You're actually the worst guy we need right now. But once we get over the credits, and it's like Batman, of course, is like, I know a guy, we're going to put together this other team.
Yeah.
And then
We're
it
gonna go do a
becomes
thing.
jokey joke. It
Yeah,
becomes
a
jokey
little
joke.
bit.
And then Batman just grunts.
Yeah.
Because he's
and
grumpy Batman. for the rest of the
Batman's
film.
in it because we need to put Batman in it because people don't think Oh, John Constantine.
And the fact that they got Matt Ryan
Matt
back.
Ryan's amazing.
So that's a slam
Matt
dunk.
Ryan should be Constantine from now until he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I would totally agree with that. Yeah.
But
well, and he's back on Legends this season, which is so
great.
good.
Oh, I love
oh my god, they need to just put him on for a whole
Yeah,
season.
just-
I think that'd be great, especially if they keep going up against guys like Damien Dark. It would
Yes,
just make
magic
sense
people.
to have magic people around. Oh
Like, we need a
god.
magic guy. Oh, we have
Oh.
a magic guy. Okay, good. But Matt Ryan, I think, makes the movie for me.
Ashley Davis says, "Poor Superman has weakness against magic. It really does
It
hamper.
does.
It really hampers in this film."
And it starts off how they when they came out with the Justice League Dark comic, like that's
Yeah.
how that book starts. Like a supernatural threat happens, and the Justice is like, "Oh, we'll take care of it," and then they just get schooled.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I don't know what to do."
What do we do?
Right.
Yeah. So we bring in Boston Brand.
Yep.
Which is always welcomed.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think this is the only movie he's ever really. They've never really done much with him.
Not so much.
I mean,
Deadman's
he
an
showed up.
odd character.
He is, but there's story there for him.
Yes.
I think they had
And I
him on
love
Brave
they
and
gave
the
him that
Bold.
Boston accent.
Oh, they totally did. Yeah, it was Nicholas Turturro.
I think it was
yeah,
Turturro.
which was I can't remember. Zatanna was.
I forget who voiced it.
I can't remember. It might even be Lacey Chabert, probably. I feel like they get her a lot.
Who's it? Black Orchid they put in there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right. Anyway, so that's a worthwhile watch,
Yes.
especially
I like Justice League.
for Constantine alone. It's a
Constantine's
worthwhile
amazing.
But Superman versus the Elite.
Superman vs. the Elite. Oh, the whatever happened to Truth, Justice, and the American Way.
You know,
I forget. I think it's 775. Action Comics 775.
yeah.
is what it is.
This is a really underrated movie.
It
It
is.
does not get enough credit.
It is.
It is a
who's the main
fantastic-
villain in it?
It's Manchester
Villain.
Black.
Manchester Black.
Yeah. So
Quote unquote villain.
yeah. So basically, and I'll run through a brief breakdown. It's the Superman, and they got George Newbern back
Yeah,
to do.
Newbern's great.
He is. He's really great. Honestly, I almost to this point welcome him more than Tim Daly, and I love Tim Daly. Just because I think he's just he's got
'cause of the
more.
whole-
yeah.
Tim Daly's great.
He is.
Wings
No.
is good.
I do love Wings. Yeah,
but-
who doesn't? So the idea is there's this new superhero team. They're called the Elite, and they're a little more brutal in their methods.
They are. They're what the 90s. Everybody felt 90s comic characters were like.
Yeah.
They're very imagey.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah.
Like,
this is a complete rebuke
what
of
we're
that.
gonna do. Like
Yeah.
it's like the edgelord,
Like-
if you want to use a modern term.
No, that's
for
perfect.
it.
That's exactly what it is. It's the idea of like might makes right. I can do whatever
yeah.
I want.
It's like why don't we just like kill the villains?
They're
and
just
do
bad
this?
guys,
Like
you know?
we take them out. We stop the threat. It's not a threat anymore because they're not there anymore.
Yeah. Problem solved, but does that really solve the problem?
Right. Or are you just
Yeah.
creating more problems?
You were creating more problems.
But it also has my favorite ending.
The fight on the moon,
This is the fight
and
on
then
the
the fight on the earth.
and then the fight on Earth is like
Where
oh,
it
I
is-
could just let go. Everybody's.
It is unnerving.
Yeah.
You know, the idea of like Superman may. Oh, sorry, I just saw it, Joe. Yeah, actually, Joe, we did. Don't worry. Crisis on Two Earths, it made it to the next
That
round.
advanced.
So that did advance. So, the idea of just like how scary it would be if Superman were to just abandon it and become that.
Yep.
And they do a great job with Manchester Black. You see, he's like, you don't do this. He's like, you taught me how to do
You
this.
said I should. Basically.
Yeah. Like, how does it feel
This
to
is
be
what it feels
completely
like to
deconstructed?
be you
yeah.
right now.
This is what you do. This is what you set up.
Oh.
But
that's
of course,
scary.
he
Superman
doesn't.
would never do that.
Yeah. Well, what if he did? People would be horrified.
Right. This is why Superman's a good character.
Yeah, and that's why, like, and it comes down to the idea of, like, yeah, doing what Manchester Black and the Elite do, like, that's the easy way to do
It is
things.
the easy
It
way
is
out.
the easy way. It is not easy to stand by who you are.
No.
And honestly, this is fuck, if this would have made it in any one of these movies with Henry Cable, I think we would enjoy
This
him
would've
more
been
as a
better.
Superman.
It
He
would've
really
been
would.
better, but I think it couldn't have been the first one because we need to define what Superman was. And I think this movie does a good job at defining like what Superman is compared to what people want Superman to be.
Yeah.
Like people think, oh, Superman should be this. He can do everything. Why doesn't he just solve everything like this? It's like you don't want him to solve everything like that. That's not good.
No, it is not good. So here we are.
This is tough.
This one is really going to be hard.
Oh, this is a tough one.
God damn it. Because I honestly
I
think
love Justice League Dark.
this is the best Superman story we have gotten in years. Hands down.
Yeah, it's based on one issue, which is weird.
I know, but they did it great. Oh, God.
Overall, as a solo movie to watch, like here, watch this, see if you enjoy it. Between the two of them,
If you were to bring it to somebody,
and say,
I don't know comics,
right?
what do you watch? Here are my two options.
Yeah,
Which one do I enjoy more?
my criteria would be a little skewed, but my if I just said, hey, look, do you want to watch a good movie that gives a good reason for characterization? It's Superman vs. the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love Justice League Dark. I love the characters in Justice League Dark. But it's just good. It's a good entertainment movie.
It is really good.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of somewhat runs out of gas before the end.
It kind of does.
Yeah. And then
the animation's beautiful.
It is,
great.
and the cast is great, but the reveal is, I feel like it's kind of weak.
Yeah, like the Faust stuff and all that kind of, like that. It's neat. Like the little magic battle they have in it is cool, but I have to give it to Superman.
Totally,
versus the Elite,
I
just
completely agree.
because
Yeah,
it's a better story.
So Superman versus the Elite moves on. All right. Let's see. Oh wait, Joe Davis. That's the Batman. That's the Superman that Batman and BVS was afraid of.
Yes,
no, and he had
that's
every
very
right. And
true.
you know what? If they saw that, he would have been correct.
Yeah.
All right. So the next matchup, the number 5 seed, Wonder Woman versus
Superman Doomsday.
Superman Doomsday.
The first one.
This is a slam dunk for me. I'm sorry. I know. You know what's
go with
funny?
Wonder Woman.
Here's the thing: the Superman Doomsday was the first.
It was the first.
It was the first one of this.
Hey man, at least it's not Brainiac Attacks. That
Also,
movie's trash.
oh, that is garbage. Also, it's made the most money. Believe it or not, I think probably
Doomsday? Really?
Superman Doomsday is
probably
actually
because
everybody bought it because they thought,
yeah.
oh, it's Superman Doomsday.
It's like why is the Death of Superman graphic novel one of the best-selling graphic novels of all time? Because
Superman
everybody bought it.
Yeah.
It's not that it's good. Like, it's okay. It's a fine story.
And that's the thing. It is just okay.
It's just okay.
It really is. There's nothing.
It's because of what it is, not how good it is.
And I like the idea of condensing it.
Yes.
If you're going to just keep it to that story, you keep it kind of simple, but at the same time, you lose a lot of it. And this is an unpopular opinion. The death of Superman is not a really compelling story.
No.
It's a fist fight.
Yeah, Superman dies because he gets punched to death.
Yeah, but not only that, all right, whatever's fine. But then you have the reign of the Superman.
It's like everybody forgets Doomsday was literally created as a character in comic books just to be a thing that kills Superman.
He's a big gray
That's
Hulk
it.
with bones.
That's all he is.
It's really it.
He's kind of generic. And
They don't do anything.
They do better with him later on.
Oddly enough, they do better with him in Justice League because they actually give him a character.
Yep.
And it makes sense why he hates him.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we're getting off. And I feel like if you're gonna do something like this, this is a chance to tell a better story.
Yes.
And they didn't take that chance.
Didn't. Well,
but they had Toyman.
They were just finding their they were Toyman. They were just
they find their groove the next movie. They totally did. And then we have Wonder Woman, which is a straight up origin story, which is great.
Wonder Woman. When the Wonder Woman DVD came out, it's a great story. It's a George Perez kind of like 80s story, which is great.
Yeah.
But what I loved on it was it had 2 featurettes, and it was like they were documentaries.
Yeah.
I was like,
I remember that.
This is worth it just for the documentaries.
No,
like,
it totally was.
And I'm a giant nerd for that stuff. But
Nathan
overall,
Fillion is
the Wonder Woman movie is very good.
It's a better movie. It's totally a better movie.
Kerry Russell, I think, is Wonder Woman.
Alfred Molina is your Ares.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion is your Steve
Steve
Trevor.
Trevor.
Everything
They'll use
was
him again.
Oh no, well yeah, but you know what? All the choices were the right ones. The story is
very
perfect.
Good job, and it just worked.
We're not even going to debate
obviously
this.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's an easy.
And that was before this whole new Gal Gadot, whatever. Stuff. That movie's great too. But
no,
when this came out, this was I think one of the first DC movies that wasn't like Superman, Batman, or Justice League. It was like Wonder Woman's like, is it
we
gonna
got
work?
Wonder
And
Woman. She's part of the Trinity. Let's make a movie about her. Then you know what? It was a good idea. All right, so you ready for this one?
Uh-oh.
Batman: Return of the Caped Crusaders, the number 12 seed versus the number 21 seed. Batman, Superman, Public Enemies.
All right, Return of the Caped Crusaders. I just watched last night,
and that's a good story. It's fine. You know what? I like the comedy. It's a love letter.
It's Adam West, Burt Ward. Come on.
It's a love letter to the Bright Knight era.
And they do a really good job of subverting some of that later.
Oh yeah. I gotta be honest with you, that is totally worth a watch.
It
really is. It's so much fun.
And the fact that they got like some of the original cast with like Adam West, Burt Ward, Julie Newmar, but they do a lot of throwbacks. Like they gotta have for Joker. My only problem with Joker was they didn't put the little mustache on him.
No, they did. You could see it. You could actually see the mustache with the paint.
Good, you should.
Which was such a because I noticed it. I was like, oh, that's great. Oh my god. They
got a good person for Joker.
Yeah.
And they got a good person for Joker, good person for Riddler, and they got a good person for Penguin. Like they got those actors unfortunately are passed away.
Well, yeah.
But they got people that could mimic them very well.
And they did their job.
And it was very is that Frank Gorshin? Like no, it's not because he's not here anymore.
But it sounds
they did
like
a very good job.
Yeah. And they also got Julie Newmar, she does a good job, but she's old.
She does a good job of what she is.
It's
it's still sexy.
You know what it's like? It's like when they made From Russia with Love, the video game, and they got Sean Connery to come back to do the voice, and it's hard to make him sound like he's 30 when he's 80. It's kind of like that. Like the job is fine, but whatever. This reminds me of when I saw was a BBS story, I think. Mercy was in it a lot. I can't remember that one.
Which one?
Ashley Davis. Reminds me of another I saw that was a BBS story. I think it was just an extended JOU episode. Mercy was in it a lot. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that might have been World's Finest. Because she was all over that. That was the big meeting of the animated Batman
and Superman.
Which was that?
Yeah,
that's good.
That's a 3 episode.
But
they made a movie into.
They just edit 3 episodes. It's good. It's perfect. Good. It does a good job of setting them up.
It's Luther
the introduction
Joker.
of just like, hey, I know who you are. Like, hey, I also know who you are.
It's the Kryptonite Dragon.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, but no, it was good. Yeah. Yes, it is World's Finest. So, wow, nothing wrong with my brain today. All right.
Give it time.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, I will say this: for the Caped Crusaders, the meta narrative of him losing his inhibitions and becoming a darker version of the Batman.
Becoming the Batman everybody's used to right now.
Yeah, but it just like saying no, this is not how it has to be. Like this doesn't work.
Nope.
Like I get that you guys like it, but you know what? There's room for Adam West. Yeah. I was glad, and I know since he just passed, it was kind of nice to see that whole thing come back around.
Yeah, I'm glad like the TV show is now available to purchase and stuff.
Yeah,
it was in
that was like rights problems. Or Batman '66, the comic book series, which is really good.
It's just it works because it's allowed. It shows you comics books are allowed to be fun. Like these characters are allowed to be fun. Everything doesn't need to be doom and gloom all the time.
Oh, the JOU, that was a good one. So Joe Davis mentioned the Batman Darkseid fight. Or no, the Superman Darkseid fight. Where he's like, I live in a world of paper. That is good. Where he's like, I finally get the cut loose.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
Yeah. You're gonna feel this one.
Wait, what?
Yeah. But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. So, but let's talk about Public Enemies.
Public Enemies.
So this is where we get the band back together. So we got Kevin Conroy, we got Tim Daly, but more importantly, we got Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown.
And Clancy Brown is pretty much the gold standard of Lex Luthor.
Oh, the Kurgan.
Oh, God. Who would have thought? But every time I read something now, I hear that voice. It
works.
It's synonymous with like Kevin Conroy. And the story is really great. The idea that Lex Luthor becomes president. He's like, no, you're nope.
Well, that's just it. It's the tail end of the original series for the President Lex story. It's transitioning from when Lex Luthor was president to him not being president anymore.
Right.
But he's still in charge, and he's still the president right now when it starts.
Yeah.
It's good, and the animation design, like the character design, is all based on what the original comic series was.
Yep. Oh yeah, and Ashley Davis, Clancy Brown is the best. I think we all agree.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Crab Kurgan, every military villain in comics.
That's right.
Really is. Yeah.
Mr. Crab.
I forgot. Oh my God. Yeah, he really is.
We're just gonna throw out.
It's like him and Michael Shannon. If you need like a total hard on of a military guy, like that's the guy you hired.
He's good at it.
Yeah,
because he's very good at it. Yeah,
also, Alec Ryder. I never played Mass Effect, so he was Alec Ryder in Mass Effect. Also, he was the Red Hulk in the Agents of Smash, which was
I haven't seen that.
It's
Oh.
fine. Like I
Dude,
watched
it's
it with
gotta
her
be better
nieces.
than any of the '90s Marvel animated movie series that wasn't X-Men.
The '90s Hulk was better than this.
Really?
The first season is a great first.
Okay.
No,
I mean,
it's very episodic.
I think we found a thing for another.
Yeah, that would be another one. But
Okay.
honestly, if you go back and watch that whole first season is actually like pretty dark for a kid's show.
Okay.
It's the second season where they bring in the She-Hulk and they lighten it up. Yeah,
Like it's weird coming out with these things with adult
I know,
eyes now.
yeah.
It's like kids watch these. Oh man.
I know. See, everybody agrees with Michael. Michael Shannon is really like that guy does not get enough credit. So fucking Zod all the way. Anyway, so the idea of like he attacks him,
Yeah.
Luther puts a bounty on
And
him,
then- and they
and then everybody's after
Everybody
these
goes
two.
after them. They even like Luther even sends the good guys after him.
Yeah, because they have to do their jobs.
Because
It was like they set up Major Force with Captain Adam,
Captain Adam, yeah.
and then there's Power
And then-
Girl.
the Power Girl goes,
Yeah.
and then I think Hawkman winds up going
Yeah,
after him too.
and oh god, what a
Yeah, Power Girl. I forget who Power Girl is.
yeah.
Somebody good though.
That was you know I, honestly out of the two of these, and it sucks because I know we're not going to get much Adam West anymore, and it is a good movie, but I feel like Public Enemies is the better. It's more of a sprawling tale. I think it's just a better story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Allison Mack was Power Girl.
From Smallville, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Chloe from Smallville.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I would go with Public Enemies over Cape Crusaders.
Yeah. Like I like the Cape Crusaders one. I thought
It's fine. It's
it
that,
slowed
but
at parts, but there was some really really fun parts in it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is nice.
it's
But
a
Public
nice
Enemies-
love letter to that era.
Yes.
And I think, but
But truth be told, I fell asleep the first watch. But I had to finish it last night. But it's fun. I would say it's very good for an Adam West movie, but
Yeah.
Public Enemies is better for a actual like movie if you want to watch.
yeah, no, it's a better story.
Something
Yeah,
something solid.
Yep. All right. So Public Enemies moves on.
Boom. Okay. Uh-oh. Now we're doing the next side of the bracket.
Yeah. Okay.
We're only almost an hour in.
It's fine. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here. It'll be fun. We'll be hanging out.
He's
Isn't
lucky it's
Allison
my day
Mack
off.
like a cult now? Or is Allison Mack in a cult?
I don't know.
I honestly I don't know.
I don't
But she
keep
was
track
on
of
what was Wilfred? She was on a season or two of that. That's a good show. Anyway, we're off topic. So anyway, the next side of the bracket, the number 2 seed,
Ooh. Under the Red
Batman Under the Red Hood versus the
Batman.
number 31 seed, Batman Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Okay, I just watched Harley Quinn this week too.
I, funny enough, rewatched it again last night because I'm like, I don't remember this,
Yeah.
and I kind of wish I didn't.
It's fine.
It's
I liked parts of it. Like when they go to if we're gonna talk about it right now,
we're gonna have to. That's the idea of this.
when they go to the
villain bar.
the villain bar. I love the villain bar.
The villain bar was fine.
Just because it's like, oh, I remember
Her
her
doing
from
the-
the animated series.
Yeah, but her doing the Blondie song.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was like, I'm like, okay, that's one way to go.
But a lot of it seems like filler.
Yeah, it really does. It feels
We
it's
have
like
these-
loose
we have these
connected
jokes they want to
things,
do, and it's another. We need to put sex in these animated movies for some stupid reason.
which I don't.
And I'm okay because they did a
Yeah.
good job with Nightwing, and Nightwing's the original Nightwing guy.
Yeah, true.
Um,
And but he sounds weird.
He's
does-
older.
I know, but it just
He was
doesn't
doing- he was
sound
doing
right.
He was doing Robin's voice back in the
If someone
90s.
finds out if Allison Mack's in a cult, let me know. I'm actually kind of curious now.
I
Yeah,
don't care.
I know, but now I want to know. Anyway, the whole farting bit in the
That was-
Batmobile,
yeah, that
like
was- it gets
some of the
too
comedy,
childish.
like or the punch out my balls,
Yeah,
like I'm like,
that was a little excessive. Like it's,
you know what? It's disjointed from the
Yeah.
rest of it. It's like you're presenting this as like, oh, this is just like Batman the Animated.
yeah, it's
Here's a
not.
fart joke. Oh, but this is like, remember these guys? Oh, and
Like the Harley
Yeah,
Ivy
like-
stuff is really good.
yeah,
Using
Floronic Man
using
was good.
Woodrow
Was
in it is-
inspired.
is
Yeah,
different, but they made him basically Swamp Thing.
yeah, basically. Yeah.
And then actually, I like that it started off because I'm like, why didn't they just use Swamp Thing in the very beginning? It's like, oh, well, they're trying to get the biorestorative formula, which was Alec Holland was working. I'm like, oh, they actually mentioned Swamp Thing in the first like 10 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
great. They did their job.
Yeah, and but if we're gonna do this, wouldn't it have made sense for him to team up with Swamp Thing?
Yeah, why didn't Swamp Thing? Eventually
Not to
does.
push a plot hole into this, but just get Swamp Thing.
He eventually shows up.
Anyway, but Under the Red Hood
Under the Red Hood
is the best.
Why is it?
Honestly,
Why is
of the Batman stories?
Why is it good? Because the guy who wrote the comic wrote the movie.
And did a good job of adapting it,
Yes.
removing some of the more
He was like,
crazier elements.
And what did he?
Like,
what
all
did
right, Superboy Prime punching reality, and all of a sudden
was dumb.
he's alive.
How do we fix this?
We have an in-universe
We
plot
have-
device, Lazarus Pit.
Let's put in the death in the family stuff. We had to put death in the family stuff. Like, how did Jason Todd die?
Yeah.
Well, we have to kind of show that now because we're going to have to bring him back and make him the Red Hood.
And it works, and it's
works.
great.
They
and
do
they do a
really
wonderful
good job of it.
And the showdown. They get to the apartment, and they're having their big heated
Yeah.
argument, and he pulls out the Joker. He's like, "Why in the hell did you
John
leave this
DiMaggio
guy
Joker.
alive?" Who is fine.
He was fine.
Yeah,
He's okay.
Yeah, he's okay.
He did a good enough job.
The other guy doing Black Mass was much better.
That's Steve Bloom, I think.
No, it was Wade Williams from Prison Break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Steve Bloom's Black Mask and one of the other ones. He's Black Mask and something newer.
Okay, there are a lot of articles about Allison Mack being in a cult. We'll do another episode on Allison Mack being in a cult later. So it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. I'll have both Ashley and Joe on. It'll be great.
There you go.
We'll talk about Allison Mack in a cult.
Allison Max and Cults. That's what it'd be.
The Maxon family? Oh, too soon. Anyway. Yeah, this is not even an argument.
No. Like
We're not even just
it's
Red Hood.
We'll talk about more Red Hood in the second round.
Yeah, honestly.
Because Red Hood is very good.
Yeah, Red Hood is All right, so the next we have Teen Titans The Judas Contract,
This is rough.
Justice League The New Frontier.
This is rough. I just watched Teen Titans Judas Contract after I watched this.
They did a good job.
It's good.
Yeah, they did a great job adapting it.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel Ferrer one last time.
Yeah.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke stuff.
It's amazing, like going back over and see how much he's actually been in a lot of the DC stuff over the years. It's impressive. I think the guy really didn't get a lot of credit, for his career. He really was.
No. Yeah, it's not like most voice actors, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, even just in his regular acting, like in RoboCop and stuff like that.
Oh, RoboCop.
Oh, such a good movie.
Still
But anyway,
RoboCop.
yeah.
We still got Dark Knight coming out. But Judas Contract's very good.
Yeah,
I
would
say
agree
it's
with
good.
that. Yeah,
They
do a good job of skirting some of the more
Some
tougher
of the more,
stuff.
yeah, they kind of like. Hold on, we're not going to talk about.
We're
that.
not going to talk about
gonna-
you getting into a relationship with an underage girl.
Yeah, we're going to reference it.
We
We're gonna
will
say it never
gloss
happened.
over this.
We're going to obviously say it never happened, and this is what she wants, but I haven't actually touched her.
Yeah.
But they do a good job. They give more character to the rest of the Teen Titans. They have them do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they do a good job. I think
They do. I feel like it drags in parts.
It does drag a
because
bit.
we're setting up the Judas
Because
contract.
everybody forgets it's Brother Blood. Like Brother Blood.
Yeah.
Like everybody remembers Deathstroke and the Terra stuff. They forget that it's the Brother Blood story.
Yeah. But also, it's like the setting up with the relationship with him and Starfire. I feel like just drags the plot a little.
I think some of that is
it
set
comes
up for
off as
later,
filler.
like movie stuff. Like we're gonna like reference that these two are doing the thing because it shows up later in one of the other ones. Like he calls Corey, and says, "Hey, I'm going to be late because I got something to do." And that's in a different movie. That's in a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Bad Blood, by the way, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Frontier.
But New Frontier. Oh,
This
Darwin.
is well, not only the Darwin. Oh God, another one was gone.
Yeah.
This was the second movie they put out.
Yeah, actually it is.
And this is where they got their footing and they hit the ground running and they slam dunked it.
They smashed it, dude.
This thing, they knocked
thing is
this out of
great.
the park and then did a victory lap around the stadium just for an added bonus.
Yeah. Obviously, New Frontier's gonna win this one.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, the New Frontier's just a much better story.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great second
It's a
round.
love letter to the Silver Age, Golden Age,
It
that in
is.
between.
It
The
is.
idea of like pulling from this moment in comics that has not been trampled on too much.
Yeah.
The idea of like, well, what happened in this gap?
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris is a perfect Barry
He's a
Allen.
perfect Barry Allen.
Kyle
David
McLaughlin makes a great.
He's a Batman, right?
No, Kyle McLaughlin's Superman.
He's Superman.
Jeremy Sisto's Batman.
Jeremy
who's
Sisto,
fine.
he's fine. And
But
then,
also they give in the movie a reason for why the Batman image softened.
yeah,
By adding
You
in the
have to,
Robin,
you have
changing
to.
it, and the whole idea of like, well, why you do it? It's like, I got in this to scare criminals, not frighten small children.
Yeah. It's like, oh, oh, they made a plot point out of it,
Which was
and it works.
inspired and it makes sense. Yeah, we're not even.
No, it's New Frontier.
New Frontier
amazing.
is
Go watch
just
that.
so
It's
good.
great.
I could watch that 900 times.
Book is
Okay.
really good too.
It really is.
They had the challengers.
And Miguel Ferrer again. Martian Manhunter. Fantastic.
Manhunt and King Faraday.
Oh shit, it cut off.
Which one you got there?
So I have Justice
Doom,
League. Doom.
and All Star Batman.
Oh shit.
I know.
Oh.
Bill's got to take a break. Hold on. Breathe.
So let's talk a little bit about All Star Superman because that is a wonderful story.
Okay. All Star Superman is very good. It's
Yeah.
probably one of the best Superman stories in the past, like, 10, 15 years.
And they did a really good job of adapting it.
Yes.
I mean, some stuff did get cut, but not the stuff that where it hurt. And I know a lot of times with this, when they do cut stuff out, it hurts the story, and it really doesn't hurt the story.
No, yeah, because it's very dense. The comic it's based on is very dense. It's very good.
It was Grant Morrison, right?
It's
It was a
Grant
12-issue run.
Grant Morrison is that kind of writer. He's not
Yeah.
quite an Alan Moore, like, every panel is
But
got, like, 8 million things in it.
but he
Grant
is-
Morrison's a very good, like,
But he comes from the school of I love this era, this
does.
older stuff,
He's
and you know
a-
what? This ridiculous stuff that everyone likes to make fun of, I'm going to treat like it happened,
and that's great.
and
that
that
it
yeah,
works to his
it adds,
advantage.
yeah.
But All Star Superman is very good.
It really is, yeah. And probably one of outside of Clancy Brown, one of my favorite iterations of Lex Luthor. I would agree.
Okay.
The idea of like they made him the big
Well, then
brawny guy,
And that's the thing. Well, he's the perfection of humanity. He's just never going to be Superman,
right?
and that
It-
isn't fair.
And I love the scene where it's him and Clark Kent, and he's
Yeah.
telling him all this. He's like, you know what? I really like you, Kent, because you're everything he's not.
It's like, oh, little does he know.
Oh, and it's a good story. It's a good time. So then Justice League Doom, which is basically Batman versus the Justice League.
Yes, it's Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically, oh, well, what if Batman had a contingency plan to take out every member of the Justice League?
Kind of makes sense.
Because he would.
Yeah, no, and you know what? That's a valid, like, yeah, what happens if mind control or something? How
Yeah.
would we stop you
Yeah,
guys?
how would we stop, like, the people that are unstoppable?
Yeah, and naturally he would come up with that.
Yeah.
And naturally Vandal Savage would be the guy to steal it from
somebody
him.
would do it. In the comics, I believe it was Ra's al Ghul.
Okay.
But in
You
this,
know
they
what?
made it Vandal Savage.
Getting Phil
Another
Morris back.
Immortal. That's fine.
You know what? Getting Phil Morris back to do Vandal Savage,
Yes.
any excuse at all, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, because they switched up some of the villains and stuff they use in it.
But
it's great.
it works. Everything's great about
Mhm.
it. Which one's better?
Ooh. I would probably go back to the Doom one before I would go back to
You know what's funny? And I do love the All-Star Superman. It is a wonderful story. I don't think it's the best
I would
Superman
read
story
it. I
in
would
here.
read it before I would
Yeah,
watch the movie.
and honestly, I think I probably watched Doom more times than any of the others.
I would watch Doom more than I watched the
You know what? That's one that holds up on repeat viewings. It's great.
Yeah.
Doom wins.
We're going to go with Doom.
Yeah, that's pretty easy, which is a shame because it's All-Star Superman.
Yeah, they're both good. They're both really good.
Okay. So the next one is it's a Batman.
Gotham Knight versus Bad Blood.
So Gotham Knight is just basically an anthology.
Gotham Knight's an anthology thing. It was released for between Batman Begins and Dark Knight.
I think it was released for the Dark Knight. It was kind of like to
was
cash in on it. Yeah.
Like a
And it's different
lead-in.
anime styles.
Yeah. And it's cool. Like
It
some of the
is
stories
okay.
are neat.
Yeah.
Like one or two of them are.
Well,
are
one of
better
them is
than
basically
others.
just the retelling of the Kid's Tale from the animated series, where
Yes.
where
Which
it's
they use a
just
lot.
different. Yeah, but it's that's a story device
Yeah,
that works.
Batman in my basement or whatever.
Yeah,
No, it's a different one.
No, it was where all the
It's
kids
the
are telling
one
like,
with
oh, I
all
saw
the-
him once, and it's
Dark
the
Knight
three
Returns.
different. Yeah, it's Dark Knight Returns, and then it's like the '60s Batman, and then.
Yeah.
But this one is more different anime styles.
Yes.
That's the only thing I remember out of that whole story.
And
like,
it's fine.
and yeah,
And
but then we have
it's-
Bad Blood.
They have Bad Blood. Bad Blood's not great, but it's fine. It's a solid story. It tells a complete story.
It does. It kind of wraps up the art, all the threads
Yeah.
that were
Because
it's like Son of Batman, Batman versus Robin, and then
my,
this.
My biggest disappointment in this one is that they waste Dick Grayson as Batman, because Dick Grayson was Batman in the comics for a while after Batman died.
But no one ever dies.
But like for a while, they had Dick Grayson be Batman, and Damian be Robin, and it was a good kind of role reversal because usually you're used to Batman being this brooding, dark, scary dude, and Robin is the lighthearted, whatever. Now the roles are reversed. Now Robin is the dark, angry one, and Batman is kind of the lighthearted one, and it works in the comics.
Yeah.
But this, it's there for maybe 10 minutes.
Right, but they do bring in Batwing, which is nice.
bring in
I like the
Batwing,
idea
and it's
expanding the
Lucas.
Bat family.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Lucas's son, right?
Yeah, it's Lucius Fox's son.
Thank you.
Lucas.
Yeah.
And he's fine. He's good.
Yeah.
And they do he's basically Iron Man as Batman.
Yeah, which makes
it's
sense.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
because
just
that's
kinda-
exactly what the Lucius Fox
They just
son
kind of
should
like
be.
they needed to add all these other characters, so they just kind of like forced it in there. They gave
Yeah, I will
barely
agree. Like,
anything to Batwoman. It's the first Batwoman movie.
yeah,
And they hit all of her main plot points. It's like, oh, well, she's a lesbian. Oh, like they put Renee Montoya in there for like a scene.
yeah.
They hit on this, and that's good. And I'm glad they did that. And they make her different than what Batman is. But the Batwing stuff just kind of is like he just stole my dad's key card. Go in there and I used the suit. Like that's fine. He's a good addition. I just want to see more stuff with them.
Yeah.
Like throw them on another team or something, or like have like most of the other people get taken out and then use some of the C-listers.
So between these two, I feel like it should just be Bad Blood because it's
be
a
Bad
better.
Blood.
It's more of a
dramatic
story. The other one's just a
Yeah.
collection.
It's a story. The other one's an anthology.
And honestly, outside of the one story in it, I don't remember anything else about Gotham Knights.
No, there's a Deadshot story in there, which is pretty neat because the animation.
And there's
style's
one
pretty
where
cool.
it's him figuring out he has this one device that'll block
it's-
bullets, but
it's
it can
fine,
injure
but it's
somebody.
not something I feel like I need to go revisit.
No,
But
Bad Blood.
Bad Blood was good.
Bad Blood wins. Something tells me it's probably not going to get out of the next round, though.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
All right.
Oop.
So the next one, The Dark Knight Returns
Returns
versus
versus
Justice League Throne of Atlantis. Is this even a debate?
Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean,
Throne of Atlantis is borderline forgettable.
It's forgettable.
Okay.
Tell me, outside of Aquaman and the Justice League, any character in it that you can remember.
The only thing I remember from it is when it's they do the teaser at the movie before this one. It's like, oh, Throne of Atlantis is next. Like, oh, that's cool. And then I don't remember anything that happens in Throne of Atlantis.
No, it's completely it's forgotten.
Which is unfortunate for them. Like maybe it's because I was like, I don't know, that I didn't read the series as much.
Yeah.
At the time, like,
but then we get The Dark Knight Returns, which was
originally two. It was originally released as two.
It was two parts,
and then
so
they
finally put it together.
Decided to like, oh, let's cash in even more and release it as one whole thing.
It was just annoying, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, because it's actually listed as two parts, so I had to do a lot of math to get that one in there.
But it's Dark Knight Returns. Dark Knight Returns is very good.
It is. I feel like
not as the movie. Like the story itself is good.
Yeah, I almost feel like it's to the point where it's just so overrated, just because I'm not saying it's not good. It's very good,
and it's Peter Weller,
which was a good choice.
He's a good choice.
Yeah, although Michael Emerson for the Joker was a real good choice.
Yes.
It is so unnerving.
He does. He works exceptionally well.
So unnerving.
And the part two of it.
Yeah.
Because the part one is fine. It's the part everybody feels like they have to get through.
Yeah.
Because it's the mutant stuff and all that kind of stuff.
It's the mutants and it's Two-Face, and it's becoming One-Face.
And it's like, but the part two is like, oh, it's the Joker stuff, which is really good, and the Tunnel of Love stuff, and then it's the Superman fight. Like, that's what everybody's reading Dark Knight for.
Dark Knight Returns. I want to get into this just in case we don't get into the later rest. My only gripe is when you read The Dark Knight Returns, you see the progression, or more, not the progression, but like the utter decline of Batman throughout the series of the book.
Okay.
It starts off with the very classic idea of as Batman. He's got the blue, he's got the yellow, and then it slowly just twists. The suit gets darker, the emblem gets bigger, he gets more inhuman as the story goes on to visually illustrate just the descent that he goes through to the point where he becomes the unrecognizable armored blob.
Yes.
And I feel like that didn't translate. Because they just start off with him in the black suit. And that's it. And they just go from there. And I feel like that's an important thing to put in there if you're going to do this.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean,
They want to hit the story
and that might
beats.
just be a nitpick on my part,
Yeah.
but
There's a lot of things you can do in comics that they don't translate into
Yeah.
the visual medium, like a movie or TV show or something, just because
Yeah, but I feel like
They
that's
could.
something that would translate.
they could have done that.
That's something they could have done, and I just But anyway, as far as these two though, I'm writing Dark Knight. We're not even going to
It's
discuss
Dark Knight.
this.
It's
Yeah,
Dark Knight.
like that might hurt it. That might hurt it later, but for now it's fine.
Mhm.
All right. So the next one is Batman versus Two-Face versus Green Lantern Emerald Knights, which is another anthology.
Yeah. All right. Full disclosure.
Yeah.
Batman vs. Two-Face is one I have not seen. It is a sequel to the
To Return of the King series.
Series.
This is also the last
It's the
Adam
last
West.
Adam West.
And honestly, I'm gonna love it because it's the last Adam West. But I'll tell you, I William Shatner's Two-Face is inspired.
Oh, that's pretty solid. Okay.
That's a lot of fun.
Okay.
So you can imagine
Because
how much
Two-Face-
ham is getting
Two-Face
served
is
up
one of
between
those-
Adam West and.
And I realize Two-Face is one of those rare characters that wasn't in the 60s TV show.
Well, it's funny.
He was supposed to be.
He was supposed to be. They couldn't get the makeup to not look horrifying,
Ah.
and they were just going to do the whole thing, and they scrapped it because no, that doesn't work. But
Right, they had false face in there.
so,
But,
a funny piece of trivia: they actually did cast the part.
and it was going to be Adam West. Not
Yeah.
going to be Shatner.
Clint Eastwood.
Really?
Clint Eastwood was supposed to be Two-Face.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
would've been neat.
that was been before he was.
Yeah.
Before he blew up, and then
Yeah.
then he met with Sergio Leone, and that was
And then
his career.
became
But
a
yeah, he
cowboy
was
for
actually
the
going
end
to
of
be.
days.
He was actually going to be the original Two-Face.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's fine. It's funny. It's the ridiculousness that you'd expect.
Yes.
Um,
But Emerald
it's
Knights.
just, it's. I feel like I wanted a little more out of it,
Yeah, okay.
out of the
I can see
story.
that.
So it's funny enough. Emerald Knights. I don't even.
Emerald Knights, I barely remember.
I barely
only
remember any
because
of
I
it,
remember
too.
some of the stories it's based on.
Yeah, but as a
and,
whole,
like looking up some of the Wikipedia stuff for this, like
Yeah.
it has the Bullfunga story, which is great because the Bullfunga is trying to find the greatest Green Lantern.
Yeah.
and it's Mogo, and if you don't know who Mogo is, read the story or watch.
you
the
go
movie.
find out who
Find
Mogo
out
is
who
because it's
Mogo
fun.
is.
Yeah.
But like that's one of it's a short Alan Moore story.
Yeah.
But and we get a return of was it Nathan Fillion is
I
Hal
believe
Jordan.
you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Like,
He's right for the role.
yeah,
Yeah.
he fits the role.
He
And
really
and,
does.
And then when there's
Yeah.
rumors like we're going to do a live action, we're thinking of Nathan Fillion. It's like okay,
That makes
he
sense.
could probably do it.
Yeah. I know he wants to play Booster Gold, which I'm also fine
I'm okay with him being.
Yeah, because that was going to
He
be a
was
tough
also
one. though.
supposed to be in the Marvel stuff. Sorry, we're going Marvel here. He was supposed to be
that's
Wonder
fine.
Man. He was supposed to be.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, there were apparently posters. being
Yeah,
out in
that's a
front of
good
Guardians
choice.
of the
That's a
Galaxy.
good choice. That's a good choice. All right. I honestly,
This is tough because
It
I
is
don't
tough
remember
because
Emerald Knights that well.
I guess it's not-
and
there's not
I
much
haven't
to
seen
really-
Two-Face one.
but I think the Two-Face is a better story.
You want to go Two-Face? Okay,
I'm gonna go
that's
Two-Face.
fine.
Yeah.
I'll let you with that one. We have Superman Unbound
Versus Green Lantern First Flight. Oh wow.
Which one was Unbound for Superman?
Unbound was the Brainiac storyline where they
Okay.
got
the Bottle City Candor.
with the
and
Candor,
Brainiac
which I actually
shows up as
rewatched
the-
because I actually forgot this one. I'm like,
That gave us the Brainiac who is like genetically superior or whatever. It's not robot Brainiac anymore.
yeah, and he's basically defeated by War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
It's essentially what it is. Which is, I mean, like, I feel like that's
Do they include in? I forget. Did you just rewatch?
I
this
just
one?
rewatched it, yeah,
Do they
so.
include the Jonathan Kent stuff in this at the end?
No.
No. All right. In the comic, when it happened, this is when John dies.
Okay. No, they did. They did not touch on that at
Yeah,
all.
And it's like
So.
it's a really sad ending.
Yeah, no, this one is just kind of like I blew him up. It's done. I do appreciate the idea that he outthought Brainiac.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. Introducing some of the crazier aspects of the Superman lore, like Candor and things like that,
Yeah, yeah.
is fun. John Noble is fantastic. Good choice for Brainiac. I honestly, Matt Bomer is a great choice for. He would make a great live action Superman. The guy from White Collar.
From White Collar. Yeah.
Yeah, No.
He probably could. He's not. I don't think he might be bulky enough. Now.
No, okay,
He
like
could probably
honestly,
get
you're
bulkier.
fine. Like,
But you don't need. You don't need.
you don't even need to be bulky.
You don't need like The Rock to.
no, look
do
at
that
Tyler
stuff.
Hoechlin is bulky and he's fantastic.
Yeah,
He's killing it when he's on Supergirl. That
that's
guy's
true. He's a very.
he's
he's a very good
perfect.
Superman.
Like that is great.
And then we have First Flight.
First
I
Flight,
like
which
First
I
Flight.
love. First Flight.
First Flight's really good.
It's Lethal Weapon in space, basically.
It's yes, and,
Um,
and it's like okay.
Christopher
how do we,
Maloney, who's already well known for being a
like,
cop.
how do we do a Green Lantern movie? Oh, we make him Green Lantern, and then we put him in space.
We just put him there. Forget Earth. We're out. We're out doing ring
that's
shit.
how you do a
That's how you
current
do.
Green Lantern
That's
story?
it.
Yes, that's what
and
you do.
Victor Garber as Sinestro is
Oh,
wonderful.
Garber. Yeah, he's such a good bad guy.
He's not only that, he's an amazing good guy
he's
on
an
Legends.
amazing good guy too. That's why he's just
kinda,
a good actor.
He really is. I kind of teared up. I'm not gonna lie, I teared up.
I cheer when he died.
Yeah, in Crisis on Earth X,
Yeah.
like they really did. Because I grew to love him so
Yeah.
much. But slam dunk.
Yes, it's First Flight.
Yeah, no,
Without
without
First
question.
Flight's very good.
First Flight is a perfect. Like that's the movie they should have made.
Yes, it
And
really.
that
is.
movie would have cleaned up.
If that was the live action movie,
Yeah,
that would have been
that would have made $1
would've
billion.
actually made money, and they would have had a series right now.
Yeah.
We'd be working on like their third or fourth one.
Okay, the last one of the first round.
Gods and Monsters versus War. War is.
That's the first one where they meet.
Oh, that's the origin one.
That's the origin.
That's the New 52 origin.
the New 52
one, where
origin.
They fight Darkseid.
Yeah,
And
which
then-
feels. You're gonna fight Darkseid. You're gonna blow it in the first movie, and it doesn't.
It's the prelude to Throne of Atlantis.
Which makes no sense. How are you gonna open up with all the new god stuff and then go fight in the ocean?
Go fish guys.
But Gods and
But
Monsters,
Gods and Monsters is a truly original story.
yeah. This was the first.
was
It's not
made-
based on.
yeah.
It's not based on anything, and
But it's really good.
is awesome.
It's really good.
It's so I'll run through as best I can remember. Like so, the idea is it's an alternate universe
It's alternate dimension. Yeah.
where Superman is sent to Earth, but he has Zod's blood.
It's Zod. Yeah,
It's Zod
It's a
Superman.
genetically Zod Superman who gets sent, and he's sent to like a.
He's sent to Mexico, so he
It's-
grows
yeah.
up. He grows up in Mexico.
He grows up in like poverty.
Yeah.
and like getting like looked down on and stuff.
And
Yeah.
we have the Man Bat is Batman.
It's Kirk Langstrom.
Is Kurt Langstrom,
Yeah. And
voiced
the
by
Man-
Dexter.
And the Man Bat formula made him a vampire.
So Batman's literally an actual Batman.
Yeah.
But yeah, Michael C. Hall is a fantastic
Yes.
Batman. The stuff with the Metal Man.
That was the best.
That
was my favorite.
And I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming.
And I'm like,
If you-
oh my
if you
God.
haven't seen it, I'm sorry, we're going to spoil
Yeah,
it.
no, well, if really, come on.
But if you watch Gods and Monsters, it's
Gods
really
and Monsters
good.
is
Like, I
worth
didn't
the
pick up on it.
We're
the first
done.
time.
We're done. Gods and Monsters. So,
Like we didn't even talk about Wonder Woman. It's a new God character.
yeah, it's beautiful Dreamer, was it? Or
I think so.
I can't
But
remember.
She's definitely like new God inspired.
all right, so we're down to the Sweet
Woo.
16.
Oh.
An hour in. All right.
Woohoo!
We're gonna be here for a bit, kids. So, okay. I'm gonna go this way this time.
You're gonna go that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with
With that red.
the
hood.
first one. Oh, Batman Red Hood
the
versus
Red Hood.
Justice League New Frontier.
This is tough. Now
This
we're gonna get
is
the actual
now.
tough
Now we're
decisions.
gonna. I might need some
Some
chips
of
for
these
this
are
one.
some tough decisions.
Shit.
For an overarching.
Here's the thing. Like, if I go back to rewatchability, both of them win that.
Both of them are very good.
Both of them are really good. This is the first time we get Bruce Greenwood as Batman, who's a really great Batman.
As a solo movie, to just say, watch this is all you need to watch.
Yeah.
It's probably New Frontier.
Probably is.
New Frontier gives you more character. Like,
It
the main
builds the
character-
world more, but
It builds the world. The main character is not Batman for once,
yeah. Let's face it.
and
Yeah.
it's Green Lantern. David Boreanaz back. Green Lantern.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that was a really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good choice.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
But King Faraday, I think.
King Faraday's in it.
With
the
the
Black
whole
Hawks.
Martian Manhunter
Oh my
stuff is
God.
really good with the Black Hawks and the.
Adam
It's
Strange.
weird because it's like it's a pseudo.
Doing it as a
Prius-
period piece too was
It's
like
period piece is
yeah,
what makes it
which
work, I
it
think.
really does. Yeah.
It only works if it's the '60s because then it's like then we can become these other new things.
And you know what? Putting at the end with the JFK speech
Yes,
was
and that's how iconic it is.
yeah, no, but it's a beautiful touch.
Yep.
And then Red Hood.
But Red
Shit.
Hood is one of the newer definitive Batman stories.
And it's for good reason.
People compare it in comic book wise. If you don't know comics, people think like Batman Hush, and then they think Batman Under Red Hood. Hush is fine.
I enjoyed
The
Hush.
art,
yeah.
the art is fantastic because it's Jim Lee art. But I don't think it holds up as much as Red Hood as an actual story.
Yes.
Hush is him.
And this is the one of the
Showcasing
few examples
Red Hood
where
is-
they actually do somewhat of a better job in the movie.
Because he has
Because he has what
the
he
same
also
guy
has to
that
get
wrote
rid
the
of all the
original
other stuff.
series,
Judd Winnick from
from Real World.
Yep.
Free. He writes the original book, and now he goes back and he gets he's like, hey, look, if you're going to do a movie, can I do it? Can I write it?
Yeah.
Because now he can go back and he can fix the things that didn't work the first time or make things work a little bit better.
Yeah.
So it works, and Jensen Ackles is Jason Todd.
Yeah, who was really
He's
good.
very good.
Yeah. Might have to ask you guys. All however many of
I
you
don't.
are. Yeah.
I can't see from this angle.
I know. It's fine. I think it's like 3 or 4. I don't know. Whatever. So it's fine. Shit.
But I don't know. This is very tough.
This is a tough one.
It's
This is probably
one
going to
of
be the harder
best
ones.
Batman movies, if not the best animated Batman movie.
But this
I
is
don't
the
know.
best Justice League movie.
But it is probably the best Justice League movie.
That's it. That's between that and Doom. That's a tough call.
I would. Gun to head, I'd probably go with New Frontier. Me personally, I'd go with New Frontier over Red Hood, Under the Red Hood.
I would too. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And
We're doing
that is
Yeah.
honestly one of the toughest matchups we've had, just because of
Because they're, you know what?
they are.
Neither one of them's bad. That's the thing.
No, neither one of them is
You know,
bad.
these are like honestly, this could that could have easily been the final fight,
Yes.
and we would debate it. Oh wow! All right, so I'm going to jump around a bit just
Okay.
to throw it off.
Okay.
Here's our next one: Flashpoint, Crisis on Two Earths. Let's have fun with just the hard fights out of the way.
Okay. They're both very good.
They're both really good.
One was a transition between the old DC Universe to the new 52, and the other one is a transition from the old Justice League show to the new one,
Yeah.
Justice League Unlimited.
So it's sort of like their version of Scramble City from the Transformers,
Yeah.
which was the bridge between G1 and the movie.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. I pulled all that out.
This is tough.
Yeah, which one's
because
the better movie?
Which one is better?
I'm loving both of these, and I do.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I think Flashpoint's the better film. And I love Crisis on Two Earths.
Crisis on Two Earths is great because of what it is. It's a Dwayne McDuffie movie.
It is a Dwayne McDuffie movie, but I think Flashpoint's the better film. If you ask me. So.
Probably. Because...
And this is again. This is another thing. They're not. Neither one of these are bad. They're both great.
Neither of them are bad. This is no layup. This is because it's tough. This is a hard fought thing between the two.
Yeah.
Because Crisis on Two Earths has got James Woods, which I love. I love him as Owlman, and it's got
It's an
the
inspired
Crime
choice.
Syndicate
Yeah.
and stuff. They have the whole thing with what's his name, Johnny Quick,
Mm-hmm.
and Batman being a jerk. And and basically, it's like I don't want to sacrifice Flash, but I'll
No.
sacrifice
The teleporter bit in the beginning is perfect.
Yes.
Where it's like the Flash is somewhere, and we're gonna try this out. I was like, you sure this works? Like, yeah, we're gonna do it anyway. He's like, oh my god, are you crazy? He's like, right? Were you even sure that was gonna work? He's like, yeah, pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
And they're like, oh my god. He's like, what is with that guy? And then the whole scene where it's like, I don't think he likes me very much. And everyone's like, I don't think he likes anybody very much. But the best line in that whole film is at the end where where Wonder Woman keeps the invisible jet. Mm-hmm. And Flash is like, what are you doing? It's like, yeah, Spousal War. It's like, why do you even have a jet? You fly. And the Green Lantern's like, you drive a car, Flash. Like, come on.
Yeah. But it's very good. I want to give it some credit.
No, it is. This is not easy, but
because the Two Earths it's very good, ultimately it ends with a Batman fight. It's Batman versus Owlman. Nobody else matters.
This one ends with Batman dying almost.
Yeah, this one it's not
but
really a fight.
No, this is like everything went wrong.
Yeah.
And everything I feel like the stakes are higher in Flashpoint than they are for Two Earths.
They are.
Even
So
though
Two
they're
Earths, it's the end of
basically
the universe.
Yeah, but at the same time, it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I think it's because in Two Earths, it's
we know they're
Batman,
gonna win.
and you know Batman's gonna win because
Yeah.
it's Batman.
But in this one, we're in an alternate
Batman.
timeline altogether. We don't know what
don't
the
know
hell
what's
can
gonna
happen.
happen.
Like literally, that's up in the
and
air.
it does change stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it honestly does change things. It just doesn't go back to status quo.
Yeah.
With Two Earths, it goes back to status quo. There's nothing really different.
Nope.
They fought it. They had a bad thing.
Oh, we're
They
gonna have a few
defeated
more
it,
guys laying around, and that's it.
This came out from the end. So it's Flashpoint because Flashpoint actually had change.
Wait. So Joe Davis says, I think Two Earths has a fantastically amazing. No, cast is great.
Oh, no,
Two
cast
Earths.
is amazing.
No, that is not
Cast
the problem.
we're not. Yeah, that's not.
Dude,
that's not up for debate.
No, not even.
yes, it
No,
is.
you are completely correct.
But you're right. Yeah, Two Earths.
Mark Harmon, Superman was a good choice. He has that authority.
He does.
It
Good old
comes out.
NCIS Mark Harmon.
Yep.
Um,
James Woods is perfect as an
James
Owlman.
Woods is
Yeah.
perfect as Owlman.
I'm trying to remember who else was Chris Noth as the good Lex Luthor
Yeah.
was good. Who was
Alexander
perfect.
Luthor.
Yeah.
It's like no, he's not a bad guy.
Yeah. No, it's fun. No, it definitely.
So
Oh yeah. No, I know you weren't completely, but I do want to. You were completely right. Now that cast is great.
yes,
So, but yeah, I honestly I'm gonna give it to Flashpoint.
it's Flashpoint.
It's Flashpoint. Okay.
All right. So we have.
So now
Wait, what else we got now?
here's the next one:
Next.
Justice League Gods and Monsters
Okay, that's solid.
versus Green Lantern First Flight.
Ooh, these are all heavy hitters.
Yeah. No. This is where it's gonna get hard.
They're both original stories. Gods and Monsters has no basis. There's no basis
Right.
on anything that I know of. Like loosely, maybe making Batman a vampire is probably loosely like the Bad Blood stuff from the Crimson Mist or whatever.
Yeah.
Elseworlds story. But making Superman basically Zod
Yeah.
and one movie basically a new god doesn't really come from anywhere else.
Right.
While First Flight is basically, it's like you said earlier, it's Training Day. It's the standard. Okay, Hal Jordan, you're now going to be Green Lantern. We're going to stick you with Sinestro because Sinestro knows what he's doing. He's the best one we have here. Learn from him. And you realize he's the best that everybody seems, but then you realize, oh, he's the best because he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Like he's not a good person.
Yeah. Like this guy's up to no good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that has a lot of basis in actual
Yeah.
Green Lantern stories and stuff. We all know
This
Sinestro
is-
was like
this
Sinestro
is-
in comics
yeah.
did train.
Yeah, he did.
Train Hal.
Here's oh
For me, if I had to pick between the two, I would say Gods and Monsters just because of how out of left field the bad guys came out for me.
here's where I'm at. Personally, I like Gods and Monsters better,
Okay.
but if I were to show this to somebody that is not really familiar, they're not going to understand who the Metal Men are.
You'll not understand it.
But then again, you won't understand who freaking Sinestro or anybody is either.
But
I feel like it's delivered in such a way like you
Gods
grasp
and
it.
Monsters is by itself. It's like New
Yeah.
Frontier in the sense that it's by itself.
Yeah.
It is a solo movie. That is the only thing you need to watch.
Mm-hmm.
While Green Lantern First Flight opens itself up to doing more.
Yeah.
With it.
And they don't do much with it after
They
this.
They did Emerald Knights,
Which is with whoever.
which
So.
was fine, but you could do more. They
Yeah.
could have done more. Maybe if it did better, box office wise or whatever, financially.
I don't know.
But I would
go Gods and Monsters.
I'm
Yeah.
going with Gods and Monsters
You know
because
what?
I like it better.
Yeah, no, it's a better story.
We're getting to the tough stuff.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to jump around for this part.
That's fine.
Okay. Wonder Woman versus Public Enemies.
I'm going to go Wonder Woman.
You didn't even think about that.
The Public Enemies is fine.
Public Enemies is actually a lot of fun.
It's a fun story. It's good. There's a
one
lot
of
of
my-
characters in it. But
One of my
Wonder Woman is
favorite
one of
parts in Public Enemies is he's got the kryptonite bolt on him.
Mhm.
And they're saying something. And, Batman's like, all right, it's your funeral. I was like, yeah, I already had one.
Yeah,
It
make
was
the
fine.
joke of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, and then he says something else, and you see Batman like, yeah, hey, Kent, do me a favor. Lose the sense of humor. And then Superman's like, hey, you know what, Bruce? Do me a favor, freaking get one.
When that first came out as a book, it was very good because you saw why they were so different.
Yeah.
But you also see why they're actually friends.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Yeah.
So, and that's key. I think that's key for a lot of people that they fail to realize. Like, everybody likes Batman because he's just a dude that, you know, does stuff and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Superman he can do anything and he's just super nice.
I'm the guy that can do anything. I'm the guy that thought of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
why Wonder Woman over
why
it?
Wonder Woman?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I'm upset that it's the only solo Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah. I don't think it got enough credit. It really was a well done movie.
It was very well done. It told a basic story. It didn't try to go over the top.
Mm-hmm. But it also introduced a lot of lore.
It gave us a lot of lore. There's a lot of Wonder Woman lore that was created by Perez back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And like I've tried reading those books. I say tried because making it through it's very dense.
Yeah.
Like his art is very dense and his words are very dense. It's just a lot to get through. You get your money's worth.
So Wonder Woman it is.
I'm going to go Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I like Public Enemies. It's good. You should watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. These are all fine. Okay, I'm gonna give you the softball one. Justice League Doom.
Okay.
Versus Batman Bad Blood.
It's Doom.
Yeah, we're not even gonna discuss that
Doom.
one. Dude, we're done. We're done.
Because Bad Blood is fine.
Bad Blood is fine.
But
Doom's awesome.
It had enough to eke out of the first round.
Yeah.
But
honestly, if they do a sequel
good.
to Justice League, because spoiler alert, they hint at Injustice Society at the end.
Okay.
You got the blueprint.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, Batman, even in the current live action movies, probably was smart enough to be like, oh, there's all these people that have these dossiers on and running around. How do I defeat them?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the villains come and take them.
Here's the next softball one: Batman versus Dracula.
Okay. Versus
Superman versus the Elite.
It's Superman versus the
Elite.
Elite.
This is not even a question. Oh god, you know I will never say enough good things about that movie.
I
think because I didn't know what I was expecting when I watched it,
no.
and I got such an amazingly good story.
It's better than you think.
Yeah, it's really smart. It's really well done.
It's Superman versus a bunch of these guys that I never heard of before.
Yeah, but they also do a good job of painting these guys. It's like I understand why you got that way.
Yeah,
like that's the thing.
And
that's how you make a good villain.
Actual character.
If you make them like
understand why are they doing the things they do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you make them somewhat empathetic, like perfect example of this is what they did with the Kingpin in the Daredevil Netflix series.
Yes.
Who still hasn't been beaten as far as.
He's a terrible person.
But I get it,
but
and he's kind of sympathetic.
Where he came from.
Yeah. No, that's done. We're done with that one.
Yep.
All right. The last softball one for you is The Dark Knight Returns versus Batman versus Two-Face. It's going to be The Dark Knight on that one. God bless you, Adam West, but that's just a better story.
Yeah, the Batman Two-Face. While I haven't seen it, it's popcorn.
It's fun. It's
just
fine. It's fun. It's great.
And it'd be a cool thing to watch on like a Saturday afternoon. You can probably watch it with your kids.
Oh man!
But Dark Knight Returns, you cannot watch your kids.
No, no. Oh my god! I'm just looking at this next round.
Like Dark Knight Returns is one of the few like animated movies, and I'm like, no, this is for adults. This is allowed to be for adults.
Yeah.
While some of the other ones are kind of like, why did you put this adult stuff in there? It didn't need to be there. Well, Dark Knight Returns, like,
I feel like that happened with a little bit in like a scene or two in New Frontier. I feel like they were doing it just because they could.
I don't think New Frontier is like.
But it's not egregious.
No.
Yeah. All right. So here's the hard one from this round.
Okay.
Batman Assault on Arkham or Batman Year One.
The Suicide Squad versus the Year One Batman.
Yeah.
Stylistically, I would say Year One. It's Year One is one of the best Batman stories ever made.
Yeah.
It's another Frank Miller thing.
Mm-hmm. Before he went completely racist insane. Because
Yeah.
he is a racist insane asshole now. Who can't write anything.
No.
Oh God, was it Aspar? What do they call it? All-Star Batman and Robin.
Oh God, that's where the goddamn
Batman,
came
dude.
From.
God, how does that guy still get work now? I don't want to talk about it.
You name
you know, yeah. Now, Joe Ashley puts up a good point with the Dark Knight Returns of the new Robin, Carrie Kelly. Yeah. Who's Ariel Winter? I think from Modern Family does the voice for the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And it's great, and that makes sense.
Yes.
Given the character she plays and add that in. No, I totally agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
like Carrie Kelly was a good addition. She's somebody who like kind of stumbled into being Robin because she wanted to be Robin. She wanted to do more.
Yeah. And I like the idea of that. And then they completely ruin her in the whole Dark Knight sequel, which is just garbage. And I don't want to talk about it any further than me just mentioning that. So we're going to be done with that.
So, but back to Year One or
Year One or Arkham.
Assault on Arkham is very good.
It
but it's,
really
but
is good.
The unfortunate thing is, or fortunate, it's tied into the video game. It's not.
It is, but it doesn't feel
it
like
doesn't really feel like it is. It was marketed, and that's what it was. It was made to be marketed for this.
Yeah, it was. Hey, we got Arkham City coming out. Play this.
It's them softballing a Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the worst part about it.
Because it's like we don't want to market something as a Suicide Squad thing, because having something on the shelf that's a cartoon called Suicide Squad is going to make all of these groups hate DC Comics. How dare you market a cartoon which is meant for children to go, and it's not meant for children, by the way.
No.
It's like at least PG-13. I think it's PG-13.
You're right.
How dare you have Suicide Squad on there? That's why it's Assault on Arkham.
Yeah.
The title is misleading.
Yeah, but it's still a
Batman's
good movie.
Borderline not even in it. And
Don't Blink is a Doctor Who episode.
yeah.
But I feel like he's used in the same manner. Like he's used for story effect. And it's almost like in Identity Crisis. Before he finally shows up, the way he's handled and mentioned.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
a good build up to we're going to get this guy.
Yes.
You know, so if I'm here, it's important.
Right. But Year One is solid. Year One is a solid story by itself. I don't feel there's any true faults in it.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that.
Is great. Having the origin of this is how Batman became Batman kind of a thing.
Yeah.
They don't go overly into a lot of stuff, which is fine because they focus some on what's going on in the city. Like like this is Gordon dealing with corrupt cops and all this other kind of stuff.
So
I'd say Year One.
Year One.
All right. Now we're.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
We're down to the 8.
Deeply
This is where it gets tough. Let's take this one. Justice League New Frontier versus Justice League Doom.
Ooh.
Tale of the Justice League movies. We're gonna have a lot of Justice League movies actually.
Yeah. One of these is probably one of the best of the Justice Leagues. While Doom, I think is helps in the universe of the Batman, not Batman, the DC animated stuff.
Yeah.
Because it ties into all of the other ones,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. Like you can see how it links into the other stuff.
Yeah,
New Frontier doesn't.
It doesn't. It's its own
New
thing.
Frontier is its own thing.
And it even sets it up like in the books. I remember it says like, "Hey, what Earth is?" Like, who cares? Enjoy the story.
It doesn't matter. It's just
doesn't matter. This is just a story we're telling. I really adore the bringing the designs to life.
Yeah. Yeah, for the New Frontier stuff.
Yeah,
the New Frontier designs are fantastic.
I love the designs and everything.
Like everything's a little retro.
Yeah.
Like, there's like I remember the Captain Cold flash fight. Like Captain Cold looks different than what Captain Cold normally looks like, but it works.
Yeah, it does.
But
and I also love the stinger with him and Iris, where she's like, I'm a reporter. You don't think I can figure out that you're the Flash?
Right. It's like, oh yeah, you're not dumb.
Yeah.
That's right.
And look, and the explanation for Batman lightening up his tone.
Yeah.
Or even like the Faraday Martian Manhunter relationship.
That was a good relationship. Because it's like, look,
and Lucy Lawless as Wonder Woman.
It's perfect casting.
We're done. And I feel so bad because Doom is so good.
But we can talk a little bit more about Doom. Doom is very good. It's the Injustice League versus.
It's everything I want that movie to be.
Yeah. It's the good guys versus the bad guys.
And the bad guys almost win.
But
I also love that it ends with everyone like confronting Batman. And where they're actually teetering about like, do we get rid of him? And he's just like, I'm just gonna leave because if you guys can't figure out why it's not a good idea to have a contingency plan in case one of you goes wrong, I don't want to be part of this.
Yeah, is Batman right or wrong for doing this.
Yeah, the moral quandary of what
And
happened
that's
from
the thing.
this.
That's a good.
But
debate
look
for
what
most
happened
people.
because he had these plans.
Right.
They all almost
he had
died.
these things, so we almost all died. So, but if he didn't have all these plans, would this have not happened? Not necessarily. Somebody may have figured
Somebody
out
might,
this stuff
yeah.
too. And then we can't blame it all on Batman.
Yeah, it's the trolley cart on the track
Yes.
argument. You know, we'll be here all day with that one, but New Frontier.
That's different.
New Frontier.
Okay, so we have one of the final four.
The Dark Knight Returns versus Gods and Monsters.
Classic versus new.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Returns is the longest, I believe.
It-
If you put both
it
parts
is,
together,
yeah.
it's the longest. While Gods and Monsters, I believe, is the most original of all of these.
Definitely go with that.
Like Dark Knight Returns is probably the most classic of all of these movies. Other than Killing Joke, this is probably the thing most people wanted to be on film.
Yeah.
To be as some type of experience they can not just read. Same thing for like when Watchmen. When Watchmen was going to be unfilmable, people were like, "We want to watch a movie for Watchmen." It's like,
Yeah.
But Dark Knight Returns is, if it's like Watchmen is number 1 for graphic novels, Dark Knight Returns is number 2. Like,
Yeah.
there's other people on that list. There's like Mouse and things like that. But,
Yeah.
But if you're going for superhero stuff, Dark Knight Returns is the first superhero-based graphic novel that everybody pretty much should read. That's like that everybody knows. Everybody knows who Batman is.
Yeah.
Walking into Watchmen, you have no idea who any of those characters are.
Right.
But Dark Knight Returns is classic. It's the most classic. It's
Which is great for the book. We're talking
Almost-
about this movie.
and it's almost.
Yeah.
Is it unfilmable? No, it's just long.
Yeah.
It should have been long.
Yeah, there was a lot to put into that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff in it that some people don't like, and it doesn't
Yeah.
feature. Like all the mutant stuff, kind of it works in the narrative of the story, but people don't care about that.
Right.
People care about the Joker stuff, and they care about the Superman stuff.
Yeah.
The Joker stuff doesn't feel that long.
I know. Yeah.
Like
It's
when
weird.
Joker shows up, it's kind of just like, oh well, yeah, he's a jerk. They let him out because they think he's sane, but he's actually
He's not.
back
Yeah.
insane because Batman's back. I can go back to being me again.
Yeah.
And he does the whole. Was it Conan O'Brien this time?
Conan O'Brien doing the David Letterman.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was nice. Yeah.
Um,
But that's fine for the book.
it's fine for the book, but
the movie. Well,
It doesn't
I
have
would
the same
point back
feel.
to my whole thing. It doesn't. Yeah.
no, doesn't have the same feel as when
I
you're
feel
reading.
like some of the heart is gone from it.
Yeah,
You know?
they're doing these things because
And
they
not
have
only
to do
that,
them
you have to
because
cut
it's
out
from
all the
book.
internal dialogue, which made
Yep.
a lot of that book.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's hard
And
to
that
pick
is
up
not
some
easy
of
to
the
do,
nuances of the story from the book because of there's subtle things in the pages, or subtle
Yeah.
things in background TV chatter and
Right.
stuff like that.
So let's circle back to Gods and
And
Monsters.
then Gods and Monsters is new. It's too fresh. It's fresh for a lot of things.
Yeah.
People don't know how to expect this. Like, do people when they see Batman is Kirk Langstrom? They know who Kirk Langstrom is.
Right.
I know he's Man-Bat. But
Yeah.
Does most people know? But then again, they made this movie knowing that it's not for the
Uninitiated.
the casual
This
fan.
is definitely for people that are
this
in the
is,
know.
This is not the
Yeah.
first movie people are going to pick up. Like it's like, oh, I never watched a superhero movie before. Let me watch this Gods and Monsters thing. I wonder what this is about. This is for everybody who's watched all of these other movies, who's probably read some of the comics.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do this weird Elseworlds thing that we aren't going to label Elseworlds. Speaking of, we're doing this before the new Elseworlds one comes out.
Oh, Gaslight, right? Gotham by
Gotham by
Gaslight.
Gaslight.
Yeah. So between Dark Knight and Gods and Monsters.
Which one would I watch again?
Yeah.
I think that's a good enough.
Because this is hard. This is a tough one.
It's tough. Which one will I go back and rewatch for enjoyment? I feel like popping on the movie and seeing how it goes. It's Gods and Monsters.
Really?
I know Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
I already know the
And
story.
I feel like the book's better.
The book is better. I'll reread the book.
Gods and Monsters. It knocks off the Dark Knight. Sorry, kids.
Sorry, we probably just upset a whole bunch of people.
I agree. Yeah,
But,
the book's
that's just it.
better,
The book is better.
but the movie's not bad.
The movie's not bad.
It's just some things get lost
the-
that make it better.
The cash grab of releasing it as 2 parts
Was a little annoying.
was a little too much for me, and the fact that I can't find my 2 part sucks. So I find the 3 all one.
You ready for this one?
We're gonna do
Superman versus the Elite
Okay,
versus Wonder Woman.
Truth, Justice, the American Way, or God? Is it Gods and Mortals? Gods and Monsters, Gods and Mortals. No, Gods and Monsters is just.
Yeah.
It's George Perez versus I think is it?
I don't remember
I
who.
forget who wrote it. Mark Waid, maybe.
Sorry.
Uh,
Oh no! Wait. Let's what? Give me the name of the story. Watch this. We're in the future. Just.
Whatever happened to Truth, Justice, the American Way?
Hey Google, who wrote "Whatever Happened to Truth, Justice, and the American Way"?
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help.
God damn it!
The
She's
future
usually-
doesn't work.
You know what? Yeah, she's usually pretty good.
What's
She's
so
much
funny
better
about
than-
Truth, Justice, the American Way?
Yeah.
It doesn't tell me what issue number it is. Jerks. Oh, the film was written by Joe Kelly. Really? The comic writer, Joe Kelly?
Really? Oh wow! And a nice put on Elvis Costello song, which is like one of my favorite songs, which I thought was pretty nice. Anyway,
But okay, Superman vs. Elite, which we've talked about a couple times before, which is the
probably my favorite Superman story.
yeah, because it's a very solid Superman story. It's the
It speaks to the core of the character.
Yeah.
Unlike we normally get.
because people think they understand Superman,
Yeah.
and you watch this and you realize you either really did or you don't, and you do now.
Yeah. I would agree.
While Wonder Woman is an origin story.
It is.
It's a good, well told origin story.
It is.
Um,
And we've now gotten that live action.
yeah, we now have gotten the live action.
And done right.
They've done a very fantastic job in the live action one. Beginning
Princess
was
Buttercup,
fantastic.
man. Woo.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was Princess Buttercup. I was like, I was
Well, I knew because I watch.
Oh.
I watch House of Cards, so I knew that.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ!
As you
I need to
wish.
watch
Jeez.
that again. Yeah, yeah, no, it really is. Yeah.
Um,
I would honestly, and this is just me, and you can, and we can go back and forth. But if I'm gonna watch either one of these two, I'm gonna watch Elite
I'm gonna
over and
watch
over
Elite.
again.
I'll watch
yeah.
Elite over Wonder Woman. Like I just rebought Wonder Woman because they did a commemorative edition with the new movie coming out.
Yeah,
But
and it's really good.
and it's good. It's very good.
but I just feel
I
like
think
Elite is
if-
better,
if
and
you're
it's
gonna-
just totally self-contained.
if you're going to hand
Yeah.
somebody a definitive story for one of these characters, it's like, okay, well, here's a definitive Superman story. You hand them this.
Yeah.
Because this is very good. It gives you the core of the character. It tells you why the character is good, not just he can do anything.
Yeah,
And it tells you, okay, well, why doesn't he just do all these other things with these other characters like Manchester Black and the Elite?
and this is why, because look where it gets
It's
you.
like, yeah, it doesn't do anything. While Wonder Woman is like, if I'm going to hand somebody a Wonder Woman movie, say, here, this is the core of the character, I'm handing them the new movie. I'm handing them the live action movie.
Yeah, no,
over the
totally.
Cartoon. The cartoon's great.
Cartoon is
And
great,
it's based on the Perez stuff, which is fantastic.
but yeah,
I'm
Elite.
handing them the Elite more often than the Wonder Woman.
Okay.
One last one for this round.
Yeah, before we hit the Final Four, which is going to be an interesting Final Four. Flashpoint versus Year One.
Yeah, Flashpoint versus Year One.
Flashpoint versus Year One.
So,
I know.
Year One is great.
It is.
And
I feel like-
it almost falls in the Dark Knight thing,
Yeah.
but I think it's better. It's better than Dark Knight.
It is. Because they managed to keep the internal dialogue,
Yes.
and it really helps.
It works.
And Bryan Cranston handing out the
Bryan
Commissioner Gordon
Cranston
dialogue will
is
save anything.
fantastic as Gordon.
I will never not give that movie enough praise. Like I just can't. Like it's perfect.
While we have Flashpoint,
Which is such a great
and
story.
Flashpoint feels like it's still
It-
like the DC animated universe continuity. Like
It is, but also Flashpoint feels epic.
it does. There's actually
Even though it's
world-ending
basically, and it's believable world-ending consequence because it
Yeah.
technically is.
consequences. It is.
Yeah. And C. Thomas Howell as Reverse Flash
Flash.
is
It
such an
worked.
inspired villain. he really nails it. He really does.
And this came out before there was a TV show.
Yeah,
Where people
yeah.
didn't know anything about Flash.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And he is so good. Like, it's believable. It's
There was
the
oh,
scene where he
sorry,
shows
there
up
was
drinking the
90s
tea.
TV show.
They didn't have a Reverse
But,
Flash.
but they didn't
No.
have a Reverse Flash.
They did have a Trickster.
They did have a Trickster.
So
They
thank
had
God for that.
they had a split Flash where there was like a blue Flash.
Yeah, I remember that. That was weird.
They had Mark Hamill's Trickster.
I honestly, I don't think the one it says close for me. Honestly,
You're gonna go with Flashpoint.
I'm gonna go with
You're gonna
Flashpoint.
go with Flashpoint.
I think it is just
Um,
on it. You know, I just
I
yeah.
like Year One. Year One is probably one of the best Batman movies, and judging from the Final Four, it is the best Batman movie.
It is. Yeah.
But
We've got. You know what it is.
because I would put it over Dark Knight Returns, and Dark Knight Returns
Totally.
was one of the only ones in this, the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's enough Batman stories.
no,
I feel like no. I mean, like in general, you could spit and hit a Batman story,
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's part of the thing with.
and that's why I'm kind of glad we get somebody like we get Barry Allen to step
well,
up for a
that's,
change.
that's the thing when it comes to when people ask me, it's like, oh, well, I want to start reading comics. What should I read? It's like, what do you like? Well, I like Batman. It's very easy to start reading Batman.
It is.
There-
You could spit and hit
handle
something.
you can handle almost anything. It's like
Yeah.
this is a good Batman story. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's good. Like it's not necessarily like it's elite. It's going to be like fantastic or whatever. No, it's just a good Batman story.
Yeah.
Like they do a good job with it.
Yeah.
And Year One is one of those. Year One's is like read this. It's really good, and it is. Or watch this, and it's really good, and it is. But Flashpoint, you feel like it's meant to be for something more. Like
Yeah.
it is more. So I guess Flashpoint.
Flashpoint takes it. It's almost all
It's all Justice League.
Justice League. Well, that makes sense.
Because it has the most characters.
Yeah.
Um,
The Final Four, which is not the Final Four I would have thought we would have ended up with.
nope.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I really thought Red Hood would have been in here because that's like the number 2 seed.
Red. But hey man, that's what happens.
Yeah, that's why we do these things. So, all
That's why
right,
it's seeded. Okay,
Here we
what do you
go.
wanna do for Final Four? What are we doing? First matchup.
we're gonna go right into Flashpoint versus Superman versus the Elite.
Okay, that's a tough one. Because
This one
it's-
actually is legitimately a tough one.
Superman Elite is a very good movie for defining one character.
Yeah,
While Flashpoint, I think, helps too. It helps with Flash and it helps with Batman.
yeah,
But you start to see, like, even with Flashpoint, you see, like, how this would have been different for all of these other characters, like the Wonder Woman stuff, Aquaman stuff. Overall, comic-wise, Flashpoint is much broader. There's a lot of stuff involved with it. Even if you just take it by itself, it was a 6-issue miniseries,
yeah.
not including all of the other extended stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Superman vs. the Elite was one comic book. Granted, it's a bigger comic book. It was like, I don't want to say it was 80 pages. It might have been like, 60, 40 to 60. I forget how many especially. It was a special issue. But it's one comic. They based an entire movie off of one comic book.
Yeah,
And it worked.
and it really did, and it made a great story. It
but,
made a compelling story.
Yes.
And it made me fall in love with Superman all over again.
Yes.
And that is not an easy thing to do.
No, some people either love Superman and some people hate Superman. I'm in the middle. I like Superman.
I like Superman fine. He's never been my
but
favorite, but
I think I
in the right hands and
in
done
the
right.
and it works right.
And
it's
this
with-
is where
that's
it works
with any
right.
character. That works for any character.
Yeah.
But this is one of those stories where it definitely works for that character, because they gave it to the right person, and they did a good story, and it came out of left field. You don't quite know where it's going to go.
Yeah, because
at first.
I had no,
And it's
I didn't read the original
Oh.
issue. Like I didn't read that. So watching that unfold was genuinely a shock.
Yeah, and
You
it's
know.
basically the elite. The elite were kind of emulating in comics. They were emulating what's called the Authority. The Authority was what happened with comics. Like I think Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch created them. They were something off of Stormwatch, where they're basically, well, we're it. We're basically Justice League. But we're going to solve the world's problems because someone has to, because they can't solve themselves.
Yeah.
And they take that the elite approach where it's like, if people need to die, they're gonna die. And that's kind of Manchester's Black kind of thing. It's like, we need to stop this problem. This is the easiest way to stop this problem. Is just
Yeah.
eliminate it. And you start seeing cracks in some of the other characters. There's like, I don't think we're doing the right thing, but
Yeah.
it's the thing that seems to be working. While something with, say, like Flashpoint is the alternate universe, like almost a what's the Christmas movie? What if I never existed, kind of a thing.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life for comics.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
It's what if Flash didn't exist, and he comes back and it's like, oh well, this is but you were there and you were there and you were there and everybody's kind of different.
But he does have the letter to Batman from his dad.
Yeah, that's how it ends.
Yeah. And that's a wonderful ending. It really is.
And that's what it is. Like
Yeah.
that ending
Is such a gut punch.
gives you some humanity to it.
Yeah. Whereas the Elite one, it has a lot of weight and there's a lot that happens.
Yes.
But you know, I'm almost cheering by the end, realizing that, like, I was fooled. And, yeah. like, yeah, seeing Superman show up and go, like, this is why your way is wrong. Look at what's happening right now. This is where it leads.
Yep.
This is what you get, and it's not the way it should be.
Right.
Yeah. Just because you can do these things doesn't mean you should.
While Flashpoint is just because, well, he gets thrown into that. I think. Like it's like I think Reverse Flash does it to him.
What's that?
Doesn't he make Barry go back or whatever?
No, Barry just does it.
He just does it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, he goes him, but he just does it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
And his mom's alive.
His mom's alive, and it's nice that he has all these memories. But yeah, you kind of effed up time just because you missed your mom.
Yeah.
If you boil it down to its basest element.
And that's kind of. And if you watched any of the Warner Brothers, the WB TV show,
yeah,
that's kind of
that's
all Barry's.
Damn it,
motivation.
Barry!
Yeah. It's like, I screwed something up. I'm going to go try to fix it. I screwed it up even worse.
I'm going to go Elite.
I think...
I'm begrudgingly, but I think, honestly,
two,
I think Elite's a better story.
Elite deals with the character better, because it focuses on one guy with Superman and shows you why he is as good as he is.
Yeah. Why
is he a good person?
And
because
you know,
he wants to be, because he just is.
Not for nothing, too, and this is one thing I wish I would have brought up sooner. That is the greatest opening credits to any of these movies. Hands down. It is so good.
I don't remember that one.
It's like this real punk rock, like everything's scattered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they had probably go with punk rock because that's what Manchester Black is.
Yeah,
Manchester
but
Black
everything's
punk
like that
rock,
copy-paste, like, lettering, and yeah.
So it's Elite.
It's Elite. That's actually a surprise, but it's well-deserved.
That's why we do the bracket system. If these brackets were set up differently, we probably could have different movies in these positions right now.
New Frontier versus Gods and Monsters.
That's tough. They were both original stories when they first came out. New Frontier is based on a thing, but it's not. There's nothing leading into New Frontier.
Right.
New Frontier is just
its own thing, and they do a good job of summing up, like in the opening credits for New Frontier. Here's the broader points. Here's where the JSA is. This is what's going on. And this is where we are.
Kind of like.
It's sort of like Watchmen
alternate DC kind of universe kind of things, because while New Frontier is period piece, it's the 50s.
Yeah, it's like it's 60s because Kennedy's president. It's the early 60s.
Okay.
Yeah,
early 60s. So we have the New Frontier stuff. It's very period PC, which is fine. It works to its.
Yeah, no, that's
because it's Vietnam and stuff. That's where Wonder Woman is.
Yeah. Right. Or is it Korean War? I don't know. But she's definitely over there somewhere.
She's over at a war place where women are being abused, and she
pretty much gets them all guns and then lets them
wipe
out all these bad guys.
Go take care of your captors.
There's the door, spaceman.
It's like, and Superman is not happy.
And you know, I will give it. I love that Wonder Woman's the heavy to Superman. When they enter frame for the first time together, she towers him.
She should,
and she's an Amazon, and she should. But that is never really. I'm like,
they never really show that.
Like that makes complete sense now.
It's not often that they design Wonder Woman to be what Wonder Woman should be.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman should be like 6'6", and just the perfection personified.
Yeah.
While Superman is like the ideal, Wonder Woman is perfection.
Yep.
But Yeah, they started doing it because Wonder Woman should be like a few inches taller than even Batman.
Yeah.
Um,
And then Gods and Monsters.
but Gods and Monsters.
Oh, the whole World Magnus thing, and just
Yeah.
and spoilers, and I'm sorry, but having the Metal Men be the
Metal Men
villains
show
was
up. I was like, wait a minute.
and I can't believe I didn't see it
Nope,
coming.
you didn't see it coming.
And I feel like an idiot.
It's like, oh, it's the damn Metal Men.
Like
Oh
it
my
was
God,
in
that's
front of
so
us the
good.
whole time.
So it's like what are they? It's like what is it? It's like it's like all these different people are getting like different scientist characters are getting killed and whatever, and it's like they're all named characters. Like,
yeah.
Like it's Victor Fries, and it's like
Ray Palmer's been
Ray
killed.
Palmer,
Yeah.
and it's Celia Stone, who's Cyborg's dad, if you don't know. Like it's neat,
It is.
but I love it. I will go back to it.
Yeah, I will go back to both of these. That's the
But
problem.
I will go back to both.
So
of
this,
them.
I can't even hinge it on the would I go back to it.
It's
For
me.
which one is the better story?
Which one is better overall?
And let me. I'm gonna say New Frontier, and here's why.
Okay.
Gods and Monsters is fantastic.
Yes.
But it's a one shot, and it's it. Where
They're not going to do anything else with it.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
and we're never gonna get. Whereas New Frontier, I think this is a love letter to that era.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's also established characters that you can grasp easier.
Yes.
I think it's a little more accessible for everybody else. To where I understand the people, I understand the players, I understand what's happening, and reimagining Dinosaur Island as the center with Keith David and that voice.
Yeah.
It's so good. It really is.
It gives you it's a poppy. It's like a pulp kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's what was popular then, like little pulp comics, pulp stories.
Yeah.
And that's what New Frontier kind of takes all of its inspiration from, and it makes it all work.
Yeah.
Like, Gods and Monsters was like turn everything on its head. We're going to make all these people different, and it works with the Superman stuff, making him like Zod, not Jor-El's son.
Having Wonder Woman be one of the new gods.
The new god kind of a thing.
I gotta remember which one.
Batman,
I really think she was Beautiful Dreamer. I want to say that's what she was.
probably.
Yeah. But having her with a sword, it's a mother box.
Yeah.
Is really neat.
Then
Like the
that all
concepts are
works.
great.
The concepts work,
But I think like you're gonna be tough to watch.
but it's not. It's not an easy
to get into
movie. Like it's good for me to watch and
Yeah.
entertain because I know most of the stuff they're referencing, and like, when the surprises come, I'm like, oh crap, that's the element.
Yeah, I think probably after this I'm gonna end up. This is the one I'm gonna rewatch again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like, I'll rewatch it. But New Frontier, I think, is probably the big one here.
Yeah, New Frontier is definitely.
Okay.
Oh
We're gonna take
God.
a short little break.
I almost.
A few seconds to my headache to go away.
All right. So it all comes down to this.
Do we have anybody in chat talking about anything? While we're killing time before we get to the final,
the main event.
main event.
Yeah, there's still some people here. We haven't mentioned anything in a while, so we're down to
Hi.
we're hi guys. We're finally here. We're down to the main event,
The main event.
which is not even the main event I would have thought of.
It's
One of
different.
them is, but one of them isn't. Yeah.
No, yeah, like one you understand where it came from, and the other one is kind of like, wow, this came out of left field, but I understand why it's there.
Yeah.
It's not really a Cinderella story. There's no real like underdog that came out of nowhere for this.
Yeah.
Like, but it's one that's like, you know what, they actually did pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the closest one, I don't know what the biggest underdog would be. Dracula, Superman.
The fact that actually won
Batman,
its fight,
Dracula,
yeah,
I mean,
that was
the
a
one we
pretty good
shoved
one. Yeah.
on there, and it still made it to the second round.
Yeah.
I think that would have worked, but that would not make it this far.
No,
it's,
no.
It's
It
not,
does- it
it's
doesn't
not
have
the
the legs.
caliber of
Yeah.
the other ones.
So let's get down to the nitty gritty.
We've only
Superman
been here for 2
versus the Elite. Yeah, we may just wrap it up soon. So, Superman versus the Elite versus Justice League: The New Frontier.
Yeah.
Whew.
So, okay, Superman versus the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Solo
It is.
story
Yeah.
defining a solo character that I think a lot of people didn't see it coming. A lot of people.
No,
a lot of
I
people-
definitely didn't.
It's like, this is a Superman story where he fights a bunch of, like, punk rock kids.
Yeah. And just funny, just by looking at the cover, I'm like, I don't even. This doesn't even grab you.
It doesn't grab you.
But the movie grabs you.
And then there's New Frontier. New Frontier.
I was excited for.
I was excited for it. The design is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The design makes you want to watch it, and it's a period movie with a lot of characters, but it doesn't focus on the main ones.
It really doesn't. In fact, one of my favorite parts of it is we're getting ready for the big main event.
Yep.
We're going into the third act. What's the first thing they do? Get rid of Superman.
Yep, Superman's gone.
Superman's off the
Superman's
table.
taken out.
You're on your own, and you're like, shit.
So we have
And the whole scene with with the Flash, and he starts like, oh my god, this is it. Like, it's all on me. Like,
Yep,
this is it.
I'm not used to this.
I just like what I don't know if I can handle it.
Right? What? Why am I here? I just run really fast.
Yeah.
You want me to do what now? But yeah, it's basically.
It's just even the cold open. They do a great job, like setting the tone, setting the mood,
it gives
and getting
a great
you
focus on characters that aren't Superman or Batman.
Yeah, which is nice because we don't get those enough.
They still get touched, which is great.
But just enough.
But it's just enough because they're still part of the story.
Yeah.
But we're going to start showing some of these other people too.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love that
Green Lantern's like the focus, I guess, for most of it.
It's mainly a Green Lantern Martian Manhunter story.
Yeah, Green Lantern Martian Manhunter.
And
you start really feeling for like Manhunter and stuff and all that.
You really do. I mean, honestly,
he's a guy that lost his world.
Yeah, and they do a great job introducing him immediately, and that's just the way they integrate him in, and they do a good job of building up to Hal Jordan becoming the Green Lantern.
Yep.
I would have liked him to be Green Lantern a little longer.
Yeah,
but that's a minor gripe.
He was they put him in he was a war pilot.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, in the Korean War.
War, and then he winds up he kills a guy.
Yeah.
Like, he kills a guy in war. It's in war.
But it was
just as the ceasefire, I think, happened.
Yeah, and you hear, and you
but they don't know.
It's a tense scene. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, that's how you start. You're like, and then the movie begins.
And
after
it's
murder.
Gonna be one of these kind of movies.
And then we go to Las Vegas. And,
but they have a lot of good scenes. They have a lot of good characters.
They really do. Yeah. And nobody feels like they weren't given.
No, everybody
feels like they're utilized as there is.
And the ones they don't.
In fact, the only one that's actually
background.
Yeah, but out of all of them, the one they focus on the least, and it kind of makes sense, is Batman.
It's Batman,
which it should be the way he's in it. Yeah,
but he's also the character everybody kind of knows.
It is, and I'm kind of glad they still have him in there. Like, yeah, he's there, but it's we have other people. Yeah. It's time for them to kind of they're going to shine a little bit. And then there's Superman versus the Elite, which honestly I will never.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it came out of nowhere because it's a great story.
It is.
But it came out of nowhere in the sense that when you think of classic Superman stories, this may not pop up. It does now.
It really does now.
But it doesn't seem like it should because it doesn't have Brainiac, it doesn't have Lex Luthor,
and it doesn't need any of it. And
it doesn't have Metallo. It doesn't have the classic Superman villains. It has who are these new guys?
Yeah, and I think that works to his advantage rather than his detriment because we have more fun with this because we don't know what they're going to do. We don't know who these guys are.
These are all
because at first when you meet them, okay, hey,
they've been established in this story, and you kind of understand everything about them when you come in. Like they're not. I wouldn't say they're one dimensional, but they're.
And they do a good job with the reveal later of just how bad Manchester Black really is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
we have two really great movies.
Yes.
And if I had to hand over one to somebody to say this is what you need to say.
Do we write them down and see if they're the same ones for both of us? Like, are we going to say the same thing?
Yeah, let's do that actually.
Let's do that?
Yeah.
All right.
This might be the coin flip one.
All right. What are you gonna say? Hold on. New Frontier.
New Frontier wins it. That's fine.
Yeah, New Frontier is
deserving, honestly.
Yes.
It is it's a beautiful movie. It's done real well. The cast is fantastic.
And honestly, if there is one you watch, this is not a bad one for it to be.
No, honestly, multiple times I will still watch this.
Nothing else to walk into this.
No, you really don't. No.
It's very good. It hits all of the right notes. Character design is on point.
Oh, man, I'm thirsty.
Everything
story-wise, everything makes sense.
Yep.
Everything is easy to follow.
Yep.
Even some of the crazier stuff.
And it's very crazy because you're dealing with a thing called
the center.
The center, which is.
But the idea of the cults that follow it,
yeah,
he's like infecting humanity with
it's
it.
It's very weird and strange, but it works.
Yeah.
Or
the Fibonacci artwork in the beginning.
Like everything kind of works, even like the subtle character developments.
Yeah.
Like the Batman thing was why he takes on Robin, why he dresses a little more brighter.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically Flash realizing he can do more.
Yeah.
You
see how we get a Justice League.
Yeah.
At the end of this.
Just why there's
and a nice little stinger at the end, with Superman showing up, and then we hear Aquaman is the one that brings him back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there we go.
Like, oh, that's where Aquaman was.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks
He doesn't know humanity, and here he is. So.
What do you mean? This is what they were going to do for the Man of Steel movie?
Would have been nice. Yeah. So there it is. All right, we got there.
We finished it.
2 hours later.
So we figured New Frontier.
New Frontier is the one we agreed
New
upon.
Frontier, or Justice League New Frontier, I think is its full title.
Yeah. It is honestly is worth every minute you watch. Yeah.
Arbitrarily decided.
Yeah. We definitely went over this.
Which is weird because it's the second one, technically, in the official lineup.
It is, but yeah, and what was like, the Elite came out like only a few years ago, and that was pretty late in that release schedule. So.
And I think of the Final Four, Gods and Monsters is the newest one.
Yeah, honestly. Flashpoint was pretty. They were around the same time. Yeah. But yeah, honestly, that's an impressive Final Four. Yeah, that really is. So okay, with much further ado, after 2 hours.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while.
That's a lot of movies we went through, but we got to the end and we did it. So I would recommend New Frontier.
Yes,
obviously.
Watch New Frontier.
A lot of these I would recommend.
Very worthwhile.
Yeah.
All of these most of them are very worthwhile. If you have the time and the money, I would say go through all of them.
So anyway,
for the most part.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for watching. If you can, click like, subscribe, do whatever, share it out. You can also follow me on Twitter. The show's handle is Destroy Research. And Kev, anything you want to plug or anything you want to say? Or
not really. I don't really do anything at the moment. I work a lot.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm fairly on social media. I'm not really on Twitter that much. I'm usually on Instagram posting. I don't know. Selfies get the most likes apparently. Not when I post Giant Size X-Men #1.
I like that.
I know.
How much was that, by the way?
500.
It's actually not as much as I would have thought.
It wasn't in the best shape. It's still Giant Size X-Men #1.
And I own Avengers #4, and it's not in the best shape, but it's Avengers #4.
I have the first Iron Man, and
nice. That's a whole other. That's a whole other show.
I have to bring in all my old stuff. We can look at those later.
Yeah. All right. So, Kev, thanks for coming. Please come back anytime.
Yeah, man.
All right. Good night, Internet.
Bye, Internet.
How do I stop this now? Shit. We're still live.
We're doing it live still.
I don't know how to stop.
We're live forever.
Yeah, right? Well, I think I paused the stream. No, I didn't. Nope. You'd think there would be a stop button?
You think it'd be a stop? You know.
Oh, wait. I know. I think I might just close this.
This is